from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
We back. Y'all already know what time it is.
Oh, you didn't know?
50-50.
Welcome to the 50-50 Show with PharoahNFL and the Severe Raider, the realest show for Raider Nation.
The perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
Make sure to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Man, y'all already know what time it is, man. It's the 50-50 Show, man. It's that time, man. Hey, look. Oh, it's not time for that yet. It's not time for the flag on the play. We're going to get to that today. But, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Man, we got a great show lined up here. Man, I think I'm missing my – oh, man. Well, we missing – hey, man, my guy Mint Beast, man, I might need you, bro. I might need you. I'm missing my audio right here. All right. So we gonna make it work no matter what. But yeah, man. Hey, look, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. The Raiders mini camp has completed. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that we heard from there. Obviously, man, the biggest news of the weekend, I was kind of shocked by it. It came out of left field, but I guess if you've been paying attention to what's going on with the Saints and Derek Carr, you might have said that, hey, it makes sense. Derek Carr retired, former Raiders quarterback. Man, he went ahead and called it a career. We'll get into that, and we'll have some honest conversations about that. I know people are kind of like, I know when a guy retires, you be like, hey man, like, hey, great player, like it's. I won't even say it like this, but I'm not gonna say that. It's gonna be out of pocket. But we'll save that conversation for a little bit. But yeah, we'll get into the Derek Carr talk. Man, we see everybody pulling up. Make sure to clock in. My guy PNW Mark Raiders right here. He's letting y'all know, man. Clock in and subscribe and hit that bell for the coming shows. Yeah, hey man, he knows, man. He knows what it takes. He knows what it takes. It's that easy. It is that easy. My guy Steve in the building, man. He says, love that intro. Got Zeus White, Dylan Lobby next. Oh man, I don't know about the. Hey, you about to put Dylan Lobby on the intro? You got Dylan Lobby on the intro?
I might as well put Tyreek McAllister on there now, I guess. He about it is.
Oh man. Oh, this is Steve. This is Steve being sarcastic, by the way, for sure. He's definitely being sarcastic. And obviously Severe is too. Tyreek McAllister got waived. Guys that we thought that were going to be somewhat on the roster. I mean, Amari Burney, maybe he was a former 4th or 5th round pick, or was he 6th round pick? Might have been. I think
six. He's a fifth out of Florida. I thought he was a 5th out of Florida. I thought he was 5th out of Florida. Yeah, maybe 6th. I thought he was 5th out of Florida.
I can pull that up, but yeah, the other day, obviously after the rookie mini camp completed, the Raiders were able to announce the players that they signed, including Jalen Smith, former linebacker for the Cowboys, and I believe the Giants too as well. I think I might have played with them. I know Patrick Graham was able to coach him, so there's a connection there. But also tells you, like, man, like the Raiders right now, they know that they need to figure out this linebacker position, so they're trying to figure out what works. But the last I heard of Jalen Smith, he wasn't doing too good with the Cowboys. The Cowboys let him go, and then I don't think he had. Did he even have another opportunity after that? I don't know if he played. Did he play last year? I'm not sure if he played.
Did not play last year. He did not play last year.
Exactly. So that's something to. I don't think anybody should probably be betting on Jalen to make the team, but it's a guy that's obviously been there, done that. I thought Devin White was supposed to be the been there, done that guy, but I guess they're trying to see.
Maybe they're saying he might not make it.
Yeah, they're trying to add competition. Pete Carroll, he's all about competition, so it makes sense. Man, we got Chill Ray in the building, man. Oh, PNW, man, he says DC forever. All right, you got a big DC guy, man. All right, okay. Oh yeah, you should. Oh yeah, you need to go. I might have to block you on that one right there.
Yeah, I think I got somebody up out of here already.
Let's see, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to block you on that one. See how we doing on the show? I notice like people when they go live and they block people, they actually put you on the thing and they talk about your name on. Like they actually give you shine, but we don't give shine. Yeah. We just block.
Nah, we give you out of there.
We might make comments like this, but no one will ever know. No one will ever know that you existed. So, it is what it is. My guy Raider way in the building. He says, need some Tommy Eichenberg on the intro. Oh, man, I think you're talking about the biggest Tommy Eichenberg fan out here, man. It's Severe. So, it ain't me, though. It ain't me. It's definitely Severe, though. Severe going to have Tommy. You going to have Ohio State highlights? Because I don't know if he had it. Did he have a highlight last year?
He definitely did not have any highlight.
He made one tap. Let's look up Eichenberg.
Maybe on special teams. I don't think he had any solo tackles, though.
Let me see. Tommy Eichenberg. Damn, we talking hella trash, man. I'll be talking trash, man. I don't know why I'd be doing that, but it's a bad habit. Let's see what Eichenberg final stat lined.
Like 7 tackles.
No, he ate. You're wrong, Severe. He made 8 solo tackles.
He made 8 solo tackles. I don't remember him ever making a solo tackle. I've never ever.
That's hella funny, man. That is funny, man. Hey, TJL says, love the thumbnail. Wonder if young Mark Davis will make an appearance. Yeah, who would pay a young Mark Davis? You're
I'm trying
gonna
to think of somebody. I'm trying to think of
you gonna
somebody
have
ginger.
someone goofy. It's gonna be someone goofy. It gotta be.
What's the dude that played Napoleon Dynamite? What's he doing?
Now, but the hair gotta.
Dude that played
No,
Napoleon Dynamite. He got
dude,
like red hair.
Napoleon Dynamite got like the curly,
Yeah, but he's straight.
whatever.
He's straighten it. He's straighten it. Their hair and makeup.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You know, Hollywood will do Hollywood. You know
Yeah,
things. Yeah, I
yeah.
got you.
That's how. Yeah.
Okay.
He already got the freckles and everything.
Yeah. Let me see. We'll get into that. That's actually another thing that we got to talk about is shout out to TGL for actually talking about it. Yeah, I do have it on the thumbnail. Severe, you got it on, I'm sure if you got it on the thumbnail.
No.
But there's a reason why Severe doesn't have it on the thumbnail. He's gonna get into it. He's gonna get into it. We'll talk about that. If you don't know, there's gonna be a movie done on John Madden, and I believe Amazon is gonna be part of releasing it. And they already casted, Christian Bale to play Mark Davis, and John Madden is gonna be the Nicolas Cage of John Madden. That one's like kind of wild, but we'll get into that. We'll save that in a little bit. We'll get into that conversation. What we think. My guy, Daryl Azion is in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through. Man, we got everybody pulling up, man. Daryl says he thinks Eichenberg's a man. Okay, all right. Well, that's what it is, man.
I'm glad he has faith in him, man.
All right, we'll see, man. Hey, man, appreciate you pulling up, man. Hey, we just getting started, man. We're gonna get into that Raider, what we do every 50-50 show, that Raider talk. But if you haven't already, if you're just joining us, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We are going live on both our channels, so if you haven't already, man, make sure to head over and just, hey, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, notification bell, so you be notified when we go live, drop new content, all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody that watches the show and supports us. We love it, man. We love doing this, so we enjoy doing this. So, hey, we appreciate the support. What do you think the Bears this season? I feel like the Bears are one of those sneaky talented teams. They're like young, they got some pieces. I'm not sure if this is the season where they can break out, just because NFC North is tough. The Vikings, the Lions, the Packers. Yeah. Maybe Caleb Williams takes that next step. I know he had like a tough rookie season. Like it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like Jaden Daniels. It wasn't CJ Stroud his first year in the league. Exactly. He had some growing pains. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
I mean, it's all going, like you said, it's all going to depend on Caleb, and it's going to depend on whether they can get the run game going and whether they can protect. I mean, that was their big issue was offensive line. So, and Caleb just stepping up. They lost Keenan Allen, but they picked up Colston Loveland, who's going to be a nice tight end. Kind of like old boy Sam Laporta in Detroit. So it's a lot of 12 personnel. Cole Kmet. Yeah. Colston Loveland, if he can stay. Colston Loveland got to stay healthy though too.
Well, and the thing about the Bears too, like we got to figure out is Ben Johnson is he the guy that we thought what everybody thinks he's going to be? Like he's that evil mad scientist offensive coordinator who's becoming a head coach. But we've seen offensive minded coaches take that next leap, and then they turn out to be like the Josh McDaniels, like great coordinator, but not a good coach. So. Bears are for sure one of those teams, those interesting teams to watch. But I don't think this is the year, though, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. Nah. But hey,
the Vikings could take a step back, though. You think about it, because it depends on what JJ McCarthy looks like.
But who's a better coach, Kevin O'Connell or Ben Johnson?
Kevin O'Connell for right now. Kevin O'Connell. I don't want to say that. That's
bro. Kevin O'Connell had Sam Darnold looking like a good quarterback.
You can make an argument he's the best coach in that division, and that's a division with Dan Campbell and with my man in Green Bay, who I can't think of his name right now. But you can make that argument that he's the best coach up there. Man, that's my man. He used to be the offensive coordinator for McVay. God dang, brother. God dang it, I can't think of his name right now.
You obviously you talking about the head coach for the Packers.
The Packers, yeah. Work with the Titans under Vrabel.
Oh my
What's
God,
my man's
man.
name?
Now you got me forgetting his name.
It's about to kill me.
I know our chat is pretty sharp, so I already know they're gonna get in a second. But
Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. Yep. LaFleur. You got LaFleur. You got obviously got Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell, and obviously the coach of the Lions, man. But you see the thing about him,
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. The thing about him is the fact that he's not like he's an offensive guru, or he's not even a defensive guy. He's kind of like a CEO type. So if he doesn't have like people around him, that's like the thing. Like maybe the Lions, because every NFL season though, there's always like that surprise team that we thought they were gonna be good, but they take a couple steps back, or that team that no one's seen coming. When the Vikings had Sam Darnold at quarterback. Like I don't think anybody's seen the Vikings coming.
Nobody saw that coming.
Vikings was like literally one of the best, arguably the best team. They started they were like the last undefeated team in the NFL. I mean, it was between them and the Chiefs, I believe. So
might have
because Chiefs were.
I thought
the Vikings.
I remember the Lions beat them. I remember the Lions beat the Vikings.
Yeah, but I felt like the Vikings were they probably played the best football to start the season, and then the Chiefs, obviously, I think they might have been like last undefeated team, but they were like, remember during the season, we were like, man, the Chiefs are winning off some like lucky stuff, like kickers were missing field goals, game-winning field goals.
They blocked the field goals against the Broncos. The fiasco with us fumbling the snap, all kind of wild stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, LaFleur. Yeah, man. Hey, man, my guy, man. Chill Ray. Y'all know.
Steve,
hey, man.
Yeah, funny.
Y'all know your stuff, man. So that's why we appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all help us out as much as we have these good conversations, man. So we got Rams took the Vikings. Yeah, man.
In the playoffs,
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Playoffs, you get exposed sometimes, especially when it comes to having a quarterback and even better. Man, like Sean McVay is he's a Super Bowl winner. Like he's a guy that he knows what it takes. But enough of that. We appreciate you coming through. But man, this is a Raiders show, man. It's a Raiders show at the end of the day, man. So let's get into rookie minicamp. We heard some good things from out of there. Obviously, it was a big showing. It wasn't just rookies in there. It was like literally all types of players that are trying to make the team. They were there for tryouts. Obviously, we talked about like the Jalen Smiths who made the team, but it wasn't just him that also were able to make it in. There obviously the from rookies like Jack Besh, who was he was probably the biggest standout. Genty, from what people were saying, like he looks like the real deal. But it's like it's mini camp. They're they got helmets on, but like they're playing in shorts. So it's like a guy that like is known for his physicality. What come on, man? Like you're not gonna really see too much, but like people notice like his footwork, and I guess when they're running plays, like you could tell like he knew what he was doing as far as like picking the right hole and things like that, which we kind of known. Like we know that Genty's a guy with good vision, balance, and all that good stuff. But I feel like he's the type of player like you're gonna have to wait until training camp to figure out if he's good or not. Even a Jack Besh too, as well. Like because one of his strengths is like his physicality.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So you can show some of that. You can show some of that because it's 1-on-1s. But Genty, you're not going to see. Like offensive line is going to be tough just because there's no pads on. You can't cut guys. Genty, you can't see like, hey, his ability to break tackles. That's like his thing. His vision and his ability to break tackles. Those are his two things. So those aren't going to be on display. So it's going to be hard for a guy like Genty or a guy like JJ Pegues or for Tonka Hemingway, for those guys to really showcase their abilities. But guys like Darian Porter or Dante Thornton or even a Jack Besh, you can get physical on routes. Like you can't, obviously, there's a limit to how physical you can get, but he can still show it. And I think you're going to go into it right now.
Yeah, so he literally was from what the reports are saying that he dominated pretty much. I mean, I want to say that he like went crazy, but like the fact that he was a guy that looked apart and possibly people are calling him an early starter, but at the end of the day, like it's not like he has a whole lot of people in front of him. It's not like it's a whole lot of competition there to stop him from being on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally the reason why he was drafted because is the Raiders have a big need at wide receiver. Actually starting outside receiver. After Devontae left, there was a big void that was left there. You know, Trey Tucker, you know, I think he makes the team, but if he's your starting outside receiver, I don't think that's a good thing. You know, I think it's tough for him. I mean, I know a lot of people like a guy like Dante Thornton, but I'm looking at him as more of a project, more of a deep threat, a guy that you bring in certain situations. You know, you want to have him like attack the safety, you know, try to get behind the defense. But he's not a guy that, you know, I see him coming right off the bat and being a contributor as far as like a guy that you want to have outside and play a lot of meaningful snaps. Maybe like certain situation. I think a lot of people are kind of excited that he's like a 6'5" dude and like 4.3 speed and all that type of stuff. But like, look, if he can just be a situational deep threat for right now, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that right now. And I think, to be honest with you, I think next year, this might be this possibly could be a hot take. Do you think Jack Besh is Jacoby Myers' replacement? Because remember when I was talking about remember my initial reaction when Jack Besh got drafted? I'm like, wait, we got a Jacoby Myers who kind of similar in the fact that they can play inside and outside and physical, good blocker, you know, physicality, yak, all that type of stuff. And then we got a Brock Bowers who kind of like is obviously our number one guy on offense, but he kind of plays he plays the same part of the football field, the intermediate part of the football field. So it's like, man, we got all these guys, and you know, some people, you know, obviously Chip Kelly is going to be a mastermind and figure it out, and you know, use the versatility of those weapons. But you see, there's a lot of similarity. Do you think that's more of a chess move by the Raiders getting a Jack Besh and being like, you know what, we're going to wait? Because I think they're going to get a receiver next year too.
Probably.
So.
I mean, I think it would be. I think it'd be a mistake for them not to lock up Jacoby Myers. To be honest with you, just for simple fact that, first of all, he's going into this last year, no guaranteed money on his contract. He could have held out. He could have made a fuss about it. He could have took issue with it. You know, made a big deal about it, especially coming off his best season. You know, in his first 1,000-yard season, when he missed some games, and he had, you know, subpar quarterback play, as we all, you know, were witness to. So to not take care of him after that, I think that would set a bad precedent. And we've already been kind of setting bad precedents already. Like I know a lot of people in Raider Nation, and you know, we hearing, you know, possibly some people with the team, they're mad about how the Josh Jacobs stuff transpired. There's some people that were mad about how the Derek Carr stuff transpired. So if you got a guy like Jacoby, who is one of the better guys in the league at his position, and people, not only people from the Raiders are saying it, you got, you know, people from other organizations saying, and asked who's the most underrated player in the league, Puka Nacua. The first thing he said was, "Oh man, who's 16 for you guys?" Like, that dude's your dog. Devontae talking about how cold he was. Josh Jacobs talking about how cold he was. Everybody saying how good this dude is, and on top of that, he's a high character dude and willing to do all the dirty work. Like those are foundational pieces for a franchise, especially when you talk about setting a culture and building out a culture and laying this foundation. Like, you have a foundational piece in this guy right now. Usually, you know, productive wide receivers are divas. He's the complete opposite. So if you don't take care of him, that just reflects poorly on the organization. So I think they should take care of the dude.
Yeah. But do you think that he's going to be worth, like, so look at his age. You think he's going to be worth giving his contract, like, at this time based off like the skill set. Because think about it, like, all right, well, how much are you going to pay him? You're going to pay him like at least $20 million a year, at least.
Like 20s in the 20s.
At least $20 million. It might be higher because he might look at the Raiders and be like, hey, look, y'all need me. I don't need you. Like, and I'm not saying he's gonna come at, but it's a business at the end of the day. Like, he's gonna look at the value that he brings, but also the value that he brings to the Raiders.
Right.
And it's not like the Raiders are paying a quarterback right now. They have money to like actually give him. So he's probably gonna be like, hey, look, like, so the Raiders are gonna look at it like, man, Jack Bech had a pretty good rookie season, and he kind of plays like you, if the same level, if not better. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing it out there.
Possibility.
Or potentially could be even better. You know, maybe that first year was good, and then like potentially could be even better than Myers. Because, you know, Myers, obviously, he's a vet. Like, he knows the ins and outs of that position. Like, what, I don't know how many years he's been in the league. Like, what, at least 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
Something like that, yeah.
So I'm not going to say that Jack Bech is going to be better than him right off the gate, but like, the Raiders are probably going to project him a little bit, especially if he has a good, solid rookie season. So I'm like, okay, you know, and another thing too is like, especially Myers is not a number one receiver.
Yeah, but Jack Bech's not a number one receiver though.
Exactly. So that's why like next year is going to be another year where the Raiders go into the offseason and be like, we need to find the guy on the outside. So it makes kind of like, I'm saying Jacoby then becomes a little bit expendable, because are you going to be going into free agency to look for a receiver? And if that's the case, then you're going to put all that money at one position. It's kind of the same conversation we had about Malcolm Kuntz, right? And we're going to get into Malcolm Kuntz. We seen him on the Max Crosby podcast. So we'll get into that. But I'll just say this, though. Kuntz, he's on a 1-year, $12 million deal. If he balls out, do the Raiders give him a big-time contract after giving Max Crosby a big-time contract? You got two players playing the same position. Are you going to put all your money at edge?
I mean, we heard Spytech talking about he loves pass rushers. So I don't know. I don't know what he'll do. It depends on, you know, what Malcolm Kuntz is able to do this year. It also depends upon his health. Also depends, another vet factor. And nobody ever talks about this. Like, this never gets brought up in the equation. How healthy is Max Crosby? The past 2 years, he's finished on IR. He had a surgery where he said he almost died. Like, the dude literally said, yo, I almost died. And nobody bats an eye when they talk about paying this dude. Like, nobody was, you shouldn't pay Max. The dude almost died. Like, but like nobody else were willing to pay. So he's had multiple surgeries, you know, on his legs and knees and whatnot. So now we talking about, you know, like possibly not paying Kuntz while we're paying Max. So do we need an insurance policy against Max in case he has another injury and he's out for the year again? Because we saw, like, once we didn't have Kuntz and we didn't have Max, the cupboards were bare, right? Fortunately, we had Caleb Von Chase on. We didn't even got him no more. So, you know, we're hoping some of these young guys develop. Jai Joyner is a guy. Maybe, you know, we can get some production out of him. You know, we're hoping against hope that Tyree finally takes that next step, right? So, you know, we hoping Christian Wilkins comes back healthy as well. So it's a lot of variables on that defensive line. So having a guy like Kuntz, that's a solid insurance policy. But we're dependent upon all these guys to stay healthy. And, you know, so far none of them have at least the last year, none of them proved that they can.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, you're making a case, but I think the Raiders are locked in with Max. I think they're locked in because his value is not even just like him as a player on the field; it's also off the field too. Like he is the Raider guy right now. He is
the culture.
He's the voice of he's the culture. He's the voice of the team. Like his podcast, like he has players on there. Like, you know, he's the guy right now for the Raiders. He's the face of the franchise. So it's gonna be like, man, I think he's gonna have a lot more leeway as far as, yeah, has he gotten hurt? I think that's just gonna be on the Raiders to manage, and even Max got to be honest too. Like, you could play at 100 miles per hour, but like, you only do that, on limited snaps, or not do that on limited snaps. I mean, like, the Raiders should manage his snaps. He shouldn't be playing like 98% or 99%.
Exactly.
Like,
especially now.
Come on, man. Come on. Maybe it was nice when he was younger, you know what I mean? He's still young. He's young, but like he's like
Getting a little bit
there's
older
signs
in
of getting
football,
dinged up. So they got to figure it out. I think that's on the Raiders, and even Max got to have a realization. I'm sure he does. I mean, he's a great player, so he can look at himself and like get better and stuff like that. But I'm looking at it from like, all right, is Jacoby Myers drafting Jack Besh kind of makes a little bit. I do feel like it makes, if Jack Besh is a guy his first year, a guy that has a similar skill set to like Jacoby Myers, I feel like it's going to help the Raiders negotiate for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to help them negotiate a good contract, and on top of that, it's going to make should we get Jacoby Myers and pay him $20+ million, or should we go with fill in the blank wide receiver who could potentially be your number one, and got a lot more speed to add a little bit more dynamic play, more than a Jacoby Myers who is a good player, but he's not like a guy that oh my God, Jacoby taking it to the 10. That's not his game. Is Jacoby he's a possession receiver. He's gonna give you oh man, nice route, 7-yard catch. Oh, first down, Jacoby Myers, good catch. Every now and then he'll get a red zone target. He'll get touchdowns. I think he's a good red zone target as well. But he's not a guy he's not going to be that dynamic playmaker. I feel like Brock Bowers is the guy that's dynamic on offense compared to.
So he's the most dynamic. He's still in that. He's not the traditional dynamic weapon that you think of. But he's just such a freak athlete that he's just able to get it done. But even then, he's not the guy you want. Hey, you know what? We got this guy. Anytime you get it to him, he can take it to the house. Bowers, if you give him some open space, he can outrun some guys. He can break some tackles, do it like that. But you're thinking about the traditional Deshaun Jackson types, the Tyreek Hill types, even Dante Hall types when he was on his game. It's you got to do it.
Yeah, Coach got a comment. He said, "Why Severe wearing a Lakers hat? Didn't they get bounced out the playoffs?" Oh man,
They sure did. They sure did. You know what? Still Lakers till I die. Still Lakers till I die.
Hey man, the Warriors are right behind you.
The Warriors about to be going home too. The Boston Celtics
man.
about to be going home too. The Nuggets about to be getting their ass going. It's unless you an OKC Thunder fan or a Knicks fan,
honestly,
ain't got much to talk about.
I think the Celtics were going to be losing without Tatum.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Without Tatum, because they were kind of underperforming with him there. But with the Warriors though, it's kind of damn, if Steph would have played, it would have been a lot better series. He played 13 minutes, and the team ended up blowing him out. They had a hot start. They ended up finishing that game, but after that, every game has kind of been close. Outside of maybe, I don't know, the second game might have been a blowout. And I don't think that game was close, but the third game obviously was a little close, but then they pulled away late. And then yesterday's game, man, when you got a Anthony Edwards who could just explode at any moment as far as scoring, it's just he's that dude right now. But it's just golly, the way the Warriors are built, man. They don't got their top dog out there. It's tough, man.
Yeah,
it's tough. It is what it is, man. But but yeah, man. The Lakers. We'll see what they do next year, man.
Yeah, I mean this was this is a team that was kind of thrown together mid-season because of that trade. It was one of those trades hey man, you can't you can't. It kind of ruined their chances or any chance they had to win a title this year. But you can't turn that trade down. You can't turn that trade down. You have to accept that trade. So it's
right.
Sometimes you got to take one step back to take two steps forward, and that's what they had to do.
Yeah. So So we talked about like some players actually making the team, and one of those guys was Jalen Smith, linebacker, who did not just make the team. They were able to he made the team, but he's a guy that plays that all important linebacker position for the Raiders, because obviously we all know like that's a position that is unpredictable right now. We know that Raiders weren't really able to like. Did they even target a linebacker? They did until the 7th round. You can make a case that the seventh round linebacker they got might be a guy that might be pushing for a role just because that's how thin they are at linebacker. You know, they lost Spillane, they lost Devon Diablo. However way you want to think about him, he was a starter, so they lost all those guys. But what did you think of that Jalen Smith signing?
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. I mean, you know, like the unit is very thin. You're looking at, you know, Landon Roberts, Devin White, Amari Gaynor, and they cut him. They cut Amari Burney. So you ain't even got him anymore. Tommy Eichenberg, like all these guys are either unproven or they're like castaways or they're like one-dimensional players.
Yeah.
Jalen Smith is no different, you know, like that massive leg injury he had that sapped a lot of his athleticism. So just saying it hasn't been the same since entering the league. But you know, like we're desperate. We're desperate. We didn't address it in the draft, as you said. Cody Lindenberg is a guy. He's gonna push for a lot of playing time. He could potentially push to start. That's how rough we are at that position. We're hoping for some development out of Amari Gaynor. Obviously, hoping for some development out of Tommy Eichenberg, who didn't show us a lot last year. I thought Amari Burney would kind of put himself in the mix because down the stretch last year, like he's a guy he played over Gaynor and over Eichenberg last year. Though it was Burney who was getting some burn, no pun intended, and not these other guys. So to see him get cut, obviously that's a you know Spy Tech Pete Carroll team fit type deal most likely. But we are very thin at that position, and if you're getting rid of a guy that got some meaningful snaps last year for a guy that sat out all of last year and is, you know, been hurt a lot of his career, that's concerning.
Yeah, man, and my guy, I think a lot of people are chiming in on the conversation that we were having about the Raiders offense needing Marty Mart says, I don't think we need a number one. We got Bowers. Yes, I agree that Bowers is our number one, but I think we do need a starting caliber wide receiver on the outside, and we're still trying to figure that out. And on top of that, like we got like similar like weapons. Like we'll see how Chip Kelly like figures it out on offense, but I do feel like we need some speed out there. And Dante Thornton is a guy that we drafted in the 4th, but like he's kind of limited as a player right now. Like you made a comment. Yeah. What did you see at the Raiders mini camp of Dante Thornton?
Yeah, man, just watching his footwork when they're doing like the ladder drills. Ladder drills is like, you know, if anybody's ever done that kind of workout, it's a lot of had to do with your foot quickness and your feet kind of being able to move like independently of you thinking about it, right? Like it's just real rhythmic. And he's a guy that looked very stiff, looked very uncomfortable. Didn't look like he had done a lot of that at Tennessee. So, and at Tennessee, he wasn't asked to do a lot of that. You know, to be completely fair to him, you know, they weren't asking him to be a route runner or be a technician and to get in and out of breaks and, you know, do all this stuff. So he's a guy he's a deep threat. That was his, and that's going to likely be his role in the league too. So it just all depends on how we want to deploy him, how we want to deploy Betch, how we want to deploy Tommy Millard as well, right? He's a guy who actually looked better than Dante Thornton on a lot of these wide receiver drills. He's a guy that's moving over from the quarterback position. So Dante Thornton didn't look too comfortable. Hopefully, you know, we're able to coach him up. We got one of the most respected wide receiver coaches in the league. So hopefully he can get with him and kind of help him with some of that stuff. But year one, I'm not expecting, you know, him to be running the full route tree. It's gonna be 9s, 8s, 7s, and, you know, maybe in the occasional dig, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that like this is where Trey Tucker comes in, and this is that all important third year. Like usually like players in their third year, they take that big step. Like so we'll see what he looks like, and hopefully a guy like Chip Kelly see what he does to give him some see what he looks like in the offense, especially with his speed, and maybe he might be the X factor. He's the guy that we're like overlooking because we have been overlooking. Trey Tucker, at the end of the day, like, but we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out, man. My guy Mint Beats in the building, man. If you haven't already, man, my guy has a dope IG page, making all types of content, especially with music. Talented guy. We had him on the show last week too, Around the Shield. Make sure to check that out, man. Definitely knowledgeable Raider fan. Hopefully we'll have him again on soon for sure, man. My guy Mint Beats, man. Appreciate you coming through. Cavs sent to Cancun. Is it official? They done?
Yep. Pacers sent them packing 4-1. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming.
Man, that's wild, man. The Pacers, man, like who are they? Like, is that one of the surprises in the playoffs? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like Pacers and Knicks. Is that really gonna be that?
That's old school. That's old.
That's old school.
People who like the '90s basketball, they gonna remember. I mean, they obviously it's not the same style of basketball there, but they gonna remember the matchups those two teams had. It was Rick Smits versus Patrick Ewing, and Reggie Miller and John Starks, and all those guys. Like those '90s basketball fans gonna remember that. So,
yeah, man. Well, yeah, that's definitely gonna be one of them nostalgic series too, for sure. I mean, I'm thinking Reggie Miller. I'm thinking, is this the Knicks? Knicks going back to finals since first time since Allen Houston led them in the eighth seed.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's looking like they might go. They might go to the finals. The Knicks might go to the finals.
They could. I mean, look the way Tyrese Halliburton been playing, man. Ever since that poll came out where he was like named the most overrated player in the league. Like, he been low key on a little tear, so
yeah,
he gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Hey, look, like we said about the mini camp, man. It's still early. If you've been watching football for long enough, you know that like there's always gonna be the Jerron Criners. If y'all have been the Jerron Criners that dominated and mossed everybody in minicamp. Everybody thought like, man, we got a baller in minicamp. But
I wanted him to be so good. Jerron Criner out of Arizona.
Yeah.
Nah. It's the one I hated the most. People kept telling me how good he was, and it was your boy. I think he's from the Bay too.
Who?
Keelan Doss.
I know who you're talking about.
Keelan Doss. Oh my God! I thought he was so trash, man. People was hyping him, and I felt. And now I'm an LA dude, so I felt they was just hyping him up because he was from the Bay too. It's like, oh man, we got from the Bay. He went to but dude was buns, and I kept telling everybody, dude, this dude is trash, man. He's slow. He doesn't run good routes. Like he's not a good player, but he had a productive little camp, a productive little preseason. And then he went to the Jags, and then it was all down here for his career after that.
Man, but yeah, man. But you know what? Who else was it? A guy that like there's always like a mini camp star. Sometimes it comes to fruition. Like we could see that they're a guy that they're a playmaker at that position, whatever. But sometimes it's a lot of hype. It's more hype than reality.
R.I.P. Quentin Moses was a guy. When we drafted Quentin Moses, I remember he was like, "Oh man, nobody can block him." And then we got the pads on, and then we ended up cutting him. I'm trying to think who else. Sterling Moore, the cornerback. That's the year. That's the around the time we had Denarius. It was like both the Moores were balling. I think we didn't bring him back.
Denarius, he lived up to the hype though, man. Like
for a little bit, yeah, for a little bit,
for a little bit, like to begin with, like man, because he was doing what they said he was doing in practice, mossing people, getting being that deep threat playmaker, and that's what he was. I just felt like I don't know. Maybe I'm putting too much in it, and this is a good conversation to have. We'll get into it in a little bit, but like I just feel like the Raiders, when it comes to development, whew, man, you have to be mentally tough to be in organizations like the Raiders who haven't won a lot, and develop and get better and better and better. Eventually, be one of the best players at a certain position, because they are not really known for having, because there's so much like inconsistency with the team, like from firing GMs, but most importantly, even the GM's important. I'm not saying that, but for players especially, I would say the coaching staff, like,
exactly,
that's just tough. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. If you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let's just get into it, man.
Right.
The other big news this weekend, no one's seen coming. Maybe if you're a Saints fan, like I said, like you probably seen it. You've been paying attention to the news and like the little, the drama. I don't know if you want to call it drama, but like little things that been happening behind the scenes that people have been reporting on. At Derek Carr and the Saints. It was reported early that like there was rumors saying that Derek Carr didn't really want to come back and play for the Saints. And then out of nowhere, before the draft, Derek Carr announced he has a shoulder issue. So everybody was saying like, oh, they're calling his bluff. What is this? Yeah. What's going on? But come to find out, man, hey, it was really that serious with his shoulder. And he ended up retiring this weekend. He's no longer a quarterback in the NFL. He's called it a career. DC, the guy that we all know is the former quarterback for the Raiders, who probably the most, and I think you might have said this too, but I agree 100%. Probably the most polarizing player, man. Like you got one side that loves him, and you got another side that hates him.
Yeah,
but I feel like I'm in the middle. You know what I mean? I'm right in the middle. Like I could be honest. I could be honest where I was like, man, I was hoping that he could take that next step as a quarterback. And I was always like trying to like, well, you know what? If you just improve the offensive line a little bit, give him a weapon, add some consistency with the team or whatever, he could be better. But at the end of the day, like proof is in the pudding. Like the results weren't there. He wasn't able to transcend, the Raiders' issues. I know a lot of people be like, man, the Raiders are not a good organization. They have all these problems or whatever. But like, look at a guy like Brock Bowers. Like I know it's just one season sample size, but like, or even Max Crosby, better example, larger sample size. Raiders have been bad, but he's able to transcend everything around him because he's a great player. Like that's what great players do. Derek was never that guy. Doesn't mean he's a bad player. It's just he wasn't that for the Raiders. But solid career. You know what I mean? Like I don't have nothing against Derek Carr, but I just feel like I think the issue is though sometimes it's the people who over like inflate Derek Carr and make him seem like, man, if he had this, he would be like a top 5 quarterback. Like, nah, hell nah. Hell no. He was never that. I think at best, Derek Carr at his best might have been like top 12, maybe top 10.
Yeah, I think he might have snuck it to the
for a second. Yeah. For a second, he was maybe top 10, but like it wasn't a long enough where you could just be like, you could say, all right, yeah, top 12 makes sense,
Yeah.
But yeah, man. It's interesting that it's interesting though when you talk to the Saints fans, a lot of the criticisms they had for Derek, the Raider, some of the Raider fans had that for Derek too as well. So, it's not all his fault, but it's also like he's also not going to be the guy to like.
He's partly his fault.
Yeah. And he wasn't the guy to like just overcome that. Like he couldn't. Like he just maybe he wasn't talented enough. He had the talent somewhat, but it's the I don't know what it was. It was just was it the toughness?
He's not a force multiplier.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. There are some guys that do it. There's some guys who go out there and I hate to use this word because I hate using stupid word, but like what the kids call it aura. You know, like they have an aura about themselves. Like Tom Brady has aura, right? Like Tom Brady, you're extremely confident anytime you step into any kind of situation with Tom Brady because you feel that Tom Brady is going to pull you through. You don't have that same kind of feeling with Derek Carr. Ironically, you know what it's almost like? And people gonna get mad. People are gonna get mad, but I don't give a damn, bro. It's like it's like Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels has all the know-how, all the technical knowledge. He has all the smarts, all the study habits, all this, but he lacks the aura. So he can't get that message across. He can't rally the troops. He can't be a leader of men. He can't get people to do better than they expect out of themselves, right? He can't get a unit to do that or an entire team.
Yeah.
Derek Carr can do it either. So like he has the talent. It's not about talent. He has the arm, he has the athleticism, but he's
made people
lacking
better
that.
though. He's made people better.
He's made, but it's not about. But see, you talking about numerically. You talking about numerical. Oh, he put up stats. It's not about that, and that's what people. I don't give a damn about stats, right? Like I don't care about stats. So people will say LeBron James is better than Jordan in every statistics. It's not. There's not one statistic except besides like scoring average. Other than that, there's not one statistic that Jordan is better than LeBron at, right?
Championships.
Except winning, right? So it's not about your stats, because if it's your stats, it's not even a discussion who's the greatest player of all time.
It's a combination.
Yeah, right. But you have to look at all aspects of it. You have to look at you have to contextualize things.
Right.
And looking at things in their proper context, Derek Carr was a pretty good player. He wasn't a great player. He wasn't a terrible player. He was just pretty good. But like you ever heard the phrase that when you're privileged, like equality feels like oppression. So people who feel he's like the greatest quarterback, or he's a top 5 quarterback, when you say like, nah, he's not top 5, he's like 10 to 12, that feels like oppression to them. That feels, oh man, you hating on Derek Carr because they feel he's up there. So you're a hater because you're not putting him up there. Like, nah, I'm not putting him up there.
You know why?
I don't like him. He's not
cut
there.
you off. Not to cut you off. The biggest reason why they feel like he's up there is because it's just our standard is hella low.
Exactly.
Our standard is hella low. Because
Exactly.
before Derek Carr, oh my God, the quarterback play was probably worse in the league, worse in the NFL. Disgusting.
Without a doubt. Like me, you know, when I used to eat a lot of red meat, right? I used to love like steak. That was my thing. I used to love steak. So like I used to go to like Outback Steakhouse. And I thought that was like, when I was like in my early 20s, I was like, oh man, Outback Steakhouse, this is the bomb steak, man. This steak is great. Like this is the best steak you can get, right? Get that thing meat. Like it was great until like I got more mature and I got exposed to like actual steakhouses, like where like, you know, there was fine cuts of meat. And I went back to Outback. I was like, this is trash. Like, you know, like this is like get the job done. But like the Saints were an organization who had Drew Brees. So they had been eating filet mignon, you know, for a long time. They've been eating this premium quality steak. So when they got Outback Steakhouse, they're like, nah, bro, y'all told me this was A1. This is not that level. This is like just regular. So, but we had never had it before. Like we'd be eating hamburgers. So we went from eating hamburgers to eating steak. We like, oh, bro, we winning. Bro, I'm eating the steak. We winning. But we wasn't winning, right? We wasn't winning. We just wasn't eating hamburgers no more. We still just eating regular steaks. We're not eating the top shelf stuff. So like, but to us, that was like the best. So we still haven't been exposed to that top shelf yet. So for a lot of people, like that's the ceiling that they've had is Derek Carr. So that's why they defend him so vehemently, because they've never seen anything better, and they almost have no hope of seeing anything better, just because it's been very few times in our franchise's history that we've had something that was better.
Yeah. And I think the other side to it is this too, is that like when it's like people who are over, like just, like they're overvaluing Derek Carr. There's also the people that come in, they try to like shit on Derek Carr. I'd be like, man, he's not that bad at a quarterback. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
he's
come
not
on,
horrible.
he's not like. What are you talking about? Like, I can tell you, Gardner Minshew, like that is a terrible quarterback. That was terrible. Like, look at look at Jimmy G. That was like, oh my, I couldn't even like. It's hard for me to watch the game. Like, come on, man. Like, there's no hope. Like, I had no hope like with those guys. Like, and if you want to take it even farther, you could talk about like the Andrew Walters and the man, even after that Super Bowl season, the Rick Myers and Marcus Tuiasosopo, and you talk about the Mac McGloins, and man, I was hoping that he could be a Cam Newton, but Terrell Pryor, I'm not gonna lie, Terrell Pryor was like, it was sad. Like, it was just like, oh man, this dude cannot complete a pass. Like, it's as athletic as he was, but it just, and guess what? Position change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He leaves the Raiders and changes his position. But for the Raiders, he played quarterback. But when he went to another team,
we were. That's how desperate we were, bro. We had a wide receiver playing quarterback. That's how desperate we were, bro. So no, it's one of those, and it's like one of those situations where, like, look, we talk about Gardner Minshew. When the Raiders were playing, had everything to play for in the world, playing the last game in Oco Stadium. Who was the starting quarterback opposite of Derek Carr, and who won that game?
Man.
So we can't talk about who's bad and who's not bad, because head to head, this dude beat that dude. And I think it was like his second year, or maybe his rookie year. But like, so it's like, so it's not to say like, that game doesn't make Gardner Minshew better than Derek Carr, and that one game doesn't. But it just shows you in those pressure packed situations, like. That's when that's when great players are at their best. When you're like, hey man, it's like it's all on me.
What did John Madden say? John Madden said big time players make big time plays and big time moments. Yep. Exactly. That's 100 stone cold facts. Stone cold fact. It's the truth. Like that's the difference. Where you be like, man, great players make great plays at in big moments. Like, and that's what like separates some of the guys, you know what I mean? Like, Robert Horry wasn't a great player though, but he did make a lot of clutch plays though.
Great time.
Clutch. But he was a great role player though. He was a great role player.
Quite possibly the greatest role player of all time. If you like, it depends on what you feel about Draymond. Draymond probably up there. It depends on what you feel about Draymond. If you think Draymond is not a role player, then not.
But Draymond, I ain't gonna lie. Draymond, he has the, I want to say it factor, but he has that like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win. But when you really watch Draymond as a hoop player, he's disgusting.
It's not, but it's mad effective. People be too worried about style points, bro. Draymond, he gets it done, bro. I don't care. I don't know how he gets it done.
He's one of the ugliest.
His shot is ugly. Everything
his game is just like, and it's hella funny too. Like I was just watching the game the other day, and I was just like, man, the running joke with Draymond is like, man, like he knows how to pass to Steph Curry. Like he know how to do that.
Oh yeah.
Like every time, like he know how to set that screen and pass it to Steph Curry. But then like you see him play without Steph, it's almost like he's like out of place. Like he don't know. Oh damn! Like who do I pass it to now? Like I don't know.
He's like, oh, Steph not there. Like, oh damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, his game is ugly. But hey, as a role player, like I consider him a role player. As a role player, man, he's one of the best ever.
Oh,
but see, but that's but that's the thing, is that another issue people have with Derek Carr is that like Derek Carr it's never Derek Carr's fault. Right? It's always somebody else's fault. Oh, Derek Carr, he had coaching changes, or Derek Carr didn't have a good defense. It's like it's all these excuses. And were they part of the reason? Yes. But I've seen quarterbacks win after coaching changes. I've seen quarterbacks win with bad defenses. I've seen them win without having a whole bunch of great weapons around them, right? I've seen all these quarterbacks do that. So if it takes all of this stuff for you to be a good player, then I might as well just get somebody else. Like what is your value at that point? That's what I'm saying. Like, we have to stop making excuses for him, man. Like, we
Yeah.
had the Bill Musgrave thing. Derek Carr played a part in getting Bill Musgrave up out of there because he liked Todd Downing, and then that was a failed experiment. And because of that failure, they got Jack Del Rio fired, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he played a part in that coaching change technically, and they had lost the locker room. But if they had been
Yeah.
winning, he probably doesn't lose the locker room. So
Yeah.
it's all these excuses. Derek Carr is a good player. He's one of the better quarterbacks to ever lace him up for the Raiders. I appreciate everything he did. I appreciate what he tried to do for this team. The ending there, it did end kind of badly, unfortunately. But not only from the organization standpoint, but from Derek Carr as well, because I think
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr kind of, not only did he end his tenure with the Raiders on some sour grape stuff, but he ended his tenure with the Saints on some sour grape stuff. So people want to absolve him of that completely. But I think you have to look at him holistically as a player. What he did, he tried to do in the locker room when we had our toughest moments, how he tried to be the guy that led us through them. But also have to take into account the fact that he said if he were ever to leave the Raiders, he would retire, and that didn't happen. And then when the Raiders were looking to trade him, he said, oh, he didn't know what team he wanted to go to, and then it was already reported that there was a deal in place with the Saints, but Derek Carr had the no trade clause, and so he basically vetoed the trade. And then what did he do right after? He went to the Saints, which I'm not mad at him for, but don't BS us and tell us, oh, I didn't know that's where I wanted to go, when that's clearly where you want to go, but you didn't want your team to give up assets for you. I understand that, but just keep it real. Like, you know what? The position I'm in, I don't want to hurt my new team in acquiring me. I want to give them the best chance they have at winning. So don't lie. And then, obviously how the stuff went with the shoulder injury, how that ended in with the Saints, where they say he didn't throw all off season, even though his injury was to his non-throwing hand. So why won't you throw the entire off season? And then not only until he started throwing the football did the shoulder injury crop up. It's just a lot of just weird happenings around Derek Carr, and nobody wants to attribute any of the blame to him. So it's just awkward.
Yeah, man. But I do agree that the Raiders have been a dysfunctional franchise before, during, and after Derek Carr. Until they start winning consistently, like, we gotta hold the Raiders organization as accountable. Like, we can't blame every player that comes in like, oh well, he's not good, and they're like, well, who's picking the players? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Who owns the team? Those are questions that we gotta look at. But I do agree that if Derek Carr had maybe a little bit more consistency and he probably would have a better career. He probably would have won more games because he would have had a better organization, a better team, better players around him for sure. But was he ever going to be top 5? No.
Yeah.
He was never going to be top 5. Maybe top 10. Maybe top 10. Guys like Jared Goff were able to rehabilitate his career and, got himself in the top 10. Guys like Kirk Cousins, I don't think he was ever, maybe 1 year, maybe he was top 10, maybe. But he's always consistently a guy at his best. Yeah. He was always a consistent guy, top 15. Exactly. Top 15 guy for sure. Those types of guys where they're really good when you have pieces around them. They really can, run the offense and make big plays that way when they have when Kirk Cousins has a Justin Jefferson, you know what I mean? Or when Jared Goff has a Ben Johnson and a great offensive line and a great run game and a Sam Laporta and those pieces and not just even the Lions, even with Jared Goff with the Rams. He had Sean McVay calling plays. He had that defense. He had at his best Todd Gurley, Cooper Kupp and all these guys. Eventually they moved on because they felt they needed a guy to take them to the ship and win it. Yeah, which they did. They traded for a guy and did it. Matthew Stafford, who is a guy that could, who proved to be a guy that's a missing piece, to a team. So like, at the end of the day, like, look, hey, Derek Carr. I was surprised that he got retired. Do I think he could have played longer? For sure. I think he probably could have played maybe. But I don't know, man. It's tough too because it's like Derek too is a type of player, and just like any player, like once they get comfortable in the offense, they really play their best ball. But Derek, especially, where a lot of his game is very like, it's like pre-snap, like where he's calling out like the plays and, like he wants to know where to go with the ball. It's a lot of his chemistry because, once he, post-snap, he hikes the ball. He wants to be comfortable throwing it to guy. And like, if he doesn't trust if he doesn't trust the guys around him, like he's not going to play his best. But it's just like, I don't know, man. That's why like when he went to the Saints, it just wasn't. I didn't feel like it was a good match because it's like, man, nothing about the Saints screams stability. Dennis Allen was on a hot seat. Their offensive coordinator was literally under fire the year prior. It's like why would you? I'm not saying that he had a lot of like options, but it's just like that was just not a good. He should have went to like a Kevin O'Connell, a Sean McVay. Like if he really was serious about his stuff, like, and I'm not sure if those teams would ever been interested, but he should have just, I don't care how much I get paid 1 year, just give me a 1 year deal and I'll prove. Because man, I don't know. Like look at Stafford. Stafford went from the Lions where he didn't win a lot, right? He didn't win like too much. I mean, he had some moments, especially when he had Calvin Johnson and all that. Like, and we all feel like Stafford's a better quarterback than Derek Carr. But like when Stafford went to the Rams.
It's a different world. Yeah, it's a different world.
Man.
Yeah, but Derek Carr, he picked his own destination. And you can see why he picked it, right? You will go to a coach you have some familiarity with.
Yeah.
A team with two very good weapons in Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. And I think they had Michael Thomas at that time too. So you for sure had, and that, they probably didn't know about Rashid Shaheed yet. So, but you think you got Michael Thomas and you got Chris Olave, two good weapons. Then you got a good tight end in Taysom Hill. Then you bring over a tight end, in Fabian Moreau. You got a good running back in Alvin Kamara. Then you got a good defense and a defense that's going to be schemed up. And then you're also in one of the easiest divisions in all of football because all those teams were dealing with some type of turmoil at that time. And he had all of that, all those cards stacked in his deck, and he still couldn't win. Couldn't win the division. I think he finished there 1 game over 500 though, at least.
Yeah. I just felt like that was a terrible. I didn't agree with that decision for him to go there. Yeah, they need a quarterback, but like, I think he was valuing things that, at the end of the day, like you got to be able to take certain risk and like you got to take educated risk. And like a good educated risk is to go to where there's actual stability at head coach. That's when you were at your best. Like you could argue that's when he was at his best. When John Gruden was there, like he was there for how long? Like in that offense, 4th year in that offense. That's probably, you could argue, his best ball. That you could argue 2021, the way he started, that was probably the best ball that we've seen Derek Carr play. Outside of 2016, but even 2016, like you look at like some of the games, like. There's some plays that, it was a lot of projection with Derek Carr. Like he threw a lot of touchdowns and stuff like that. He made some plays. Yeah, he probably had his best career game for sure. But like there were some play as a quarterback, I felt like, damn, Derek, like he looked really good. Like he was at one point, like he was leading the league in yards. Like the way that 4-game stretch he had, it was crazy. Like, but that's the result of being in that offense for 4 years. And I just felt like that would have been the answer. But, that's the biggest what if, like, and it goes back to what you were saying, like, if he had an O-line, if he had this. And I just realized I was part of that. I was like, man, like, golly, like, you got to have everything, right? You got to have everything just for you to be, like, a little bit good. Like, come on, man.
But, like, when he had a good O-line, that's when he was at his best. When he had a good O-line, that's when he was at his best. And, we gave it to him. We gave it to him a few years, but the peak years were the 2016 one. And then obviously, 2021, where O-line was pretty good. It still wasn't that great, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. And I'll say this about Derek Carr, like he could have, man, a lot of people kind of like was talking a little too much trash and stuff like that about Derek. Like I will say this, like he didn't have anything, he didn't come out and say anything bad about the Raiders. No. You know what I mean? He didn't even say anything bad about like a guy like AB who was talking trash. Like he just like, man, like, yeah, I mean, he talked trash, whatever, but like, I'm not gonna lie, he was a great player. Like he just kept it real. Like he was just like, that dude had me thinking I was gonna win MVP. That's how good, like, he was just so good in you know what I mean? That's how good of a great a player. He felt like he was gonna win MVP with. He looked at John Gruden and was like, "Man, I think I will win MVP with this guy, or whatever." But that's crazy.
Go for 6,000 yards or something like
that. Yeah. But I'll give that to Derek Carr as well. Like I feel like he does get a lot of hate, a little too much hate. I think the biggest thing is I think a lot of the disagreement is not really with. Well, you can say with Derek Carr, but more so the people who are like hyping him up way too much. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem. You know. But yeah, man, good luck to Derek Carr. He's retired. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You know what? I don't know why I was thinking because how he really didn't want to play with the Saints just because it would have been a lame duck year, or it would have been a situation where he was he knew what it was. Like it was they're grooming the next guy. And like he didn't want to, and he didn't want to be in that part of the situation. He wants to go somewhere where, teams locked into him or whatever the case may be. Do you think it's a possibility that he makes a comeback after recovering from his shoulder? Because the recovery time, I believe, is like 6 months. They said 6 months. If he has surgery, it's 6 months. They said he opted for retiring, but I'm sure he's going to do something about the shoulder.
Yeah, well, I don't know because if you're never going to like really throw football again, it may not require surgery. I didn't read too much into it, but a lot of times like those surgeries are like it's like to alleviate pain and discomfort when you're doing certain things. Like if you're just going through your normal day-to-day life, it probably wouldn't bother him. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's done, man, because like in my opinion. Some of the reasonings that came out for him retiring that they were just didn't add up to me because they said he added up because he didn't want to go through a 6-month rehab and be away from football for that long. But it's like, okay, well, you don't want to be away from football for that long, so you're like retiring. So like it just didn't add up. I think it's a situation where like he doesn't have to have the surgery unless he plans on playing football again. So he just made the decision. You know what? Instead of going through this long, arduous rehab process, and still possibly, ending up somewhere as a backup or trying to fight for a roster spot on another team, like I'd rather just hang him up. I think he's made like $200-something million in his career, which is for like a mid quarterback. That's good work if you can find it. And so. He's probably like, I'm cool, man. I got enough time. I've provided for my family. Now he can focus on what seems to be his true passion, which is, his ministry. So that seems to be something he loves more than even football. So, I wish him all the best in those pursuits.
Shout out to Mint Beats. My guy says, y'all know DC has more fourth quarter comebacks than Eli Manning. I still agree with y'all, though. DC was a good QB, but couldn't consistently be a force multiplier. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's going to have some stats, but like, come on, Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. He played big in big-time moments during those Super Bowl wins. But Eli Manning is one of those, like, I've said that Derek Carr has a weird career in that, like he has certain stats, but, like, he did not win. He did not win. Like, he went to the playoffs twice in his career. Both with the Raiders, once in well, if you 2016,
one he didn't play in. Yeah, he didn't play.
But he was basically he
took the team there.
He took the team there. It was like what they were 12-3 when he got hurt, or 12-4.
Well, man,
it was like the second to last game or something like that.
Yeah, they were 12-3 when he got hurt. I think they were winning the coach game. He didn't even need to be in the coach game. They ended up losing the last game. Matt McGloin got hurt that last game, and then Connor Cook ended up starting the game against the Texans, and I think we lost that game 27-14, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, 27-14. So, yeah, he took us there. He didn't just get a chance to enjoy it. But see, the thing about this, I hate when people bring up that stat. that stat about fourth quarter comebacks because know what is required of you to have a fourth quarter comeback. What is required of you to have a fourth quarter comeback?
To be down.
Exactly. So that means you didn't play well enough the rest of the game to be up in the fourth quarter.
And another thing too, he mentioned Eli Manning. Eli Manning is one of those dudes that has a weird career too, because he did play big. He won a couple Super Bowls and like he played big in that playoff run or a couple playoff runs. But damn, he had some tough, ugly years, like some ugly years. Let's look at his career real quick. Let me see. I don't know. I just remember, look. This is his. All right, second year in the league, 24 interceptions, 17 interceptions. Third year, 24 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. 2007, 23.
That's Eli.
Yeah, Eli. 2007. 2007, they won the Super Bowl. He had 23 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. This dude was playing like quarterback like it was 1968, 1970. If you see Terry Bradshaw's stats, or even, shout out to, probably the best quarterback in Raiders franchise, Kenny Stabler, like his stats weren't like crazy, but like, I don't know, Kenny Stabler might have had some better stats than this, man. And he played in an era where like passing the football was like not like, not a popular thing.
Yeah, the Giants were a running team, man. That was a running and defense team, basically. Brandon Jacobs, Tiki Barber,
and then like after that, like 08, he 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and then 27, 14. He had a little run, and then 31 and 25. Like golly, 2010, he had 31 touchdowns and 25 interceptions. Like, yeah, man, he just, I don't know. Do you think he Hall of Fame?
Nah.
I don't.
But know what? Like it's like people won't hate this argument, but it's like the last name. The last name might get him in there.
But all right, because he won 2 Super Bowls. Like
he won 2. He beat Tom Brady twice.
And you can. That's the argument for Jim Plunkett too. Like all the multiple Super Bowl winners are in this, and I think in the Hall of Fame, except for
I don't think Plunkett is.
Plunkett hasn't made it.
Plunkett's not. But
Plunkett was like a really he was a bust early on.
Exactly, he was a journeyman.
Journeyman quarterback.
He was drafted by the Patriots. Then did he play for the Saints or the Broncos? We were his third team. I don't remember who he played with before.
Nah, did the Niners draft him?
No, he's drafted by the Patriots for sure. I want to say he was drafted by the Patriots. He won the Heisman Trophy.
I know he played for the Niners.
Maybe he played for the Niners, but he was drafted by the Patriots, I want to say.
Jim Plunkett.
I know he won the Heisman. I think he was the number 1 overall pick. He won the Heisman in college.
Oh yeah, he played with the Patriots first, and then after that,
the Broncos or some.
No, he played with San Francisco. Yep, after that.
San Francisco after that. So okay, so it was the Patriots and then San Fran. Then he came to us. So yeah, he was kind of a journeyman. Eli was a number 1 overall pick. So there. I mean, so was Plunkett, but he was number 1 pick, and he basically stayed with his team the entire time until, he was washed.
So he played for San Francisco for 2 years, and after that he played with the Raiders his whole career. After that,
the rest of his career.
So like starting 1979 and beyond.
Yeah.
Like he started 4 games. Oh no, he didn't even play. No, he didn't even play in 1979. It was Kenny Stabler, because he only he didn't even start. But 1980 he started.
Okay.
Yeah. 1980, man. It's bad. It's before my time, man. I gotta check this right here, man. But,
same here, bro.
Yeah,
some people that remember this vividly.
Yeah, some people in the chat be like, "Hey, man, y'all don't remember the fourth quarter?" I'm like, man, like I'll be lying to you if I told you that I didn't exist at that time, bro.
I wasn't a whisper in the wind at that point, man. But so yes, like it's hard. Like I think Eli will probably make it over Jim Plunkett, but I don't think either. Honestly, Honestly, probably neither one of them deserve to be in there, man. If you put one in there, you got to put both in there.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, but it's like, what's the standards of, because I feel like the NFL is like, I always looked at NFL as like tough to get into Hall of Fame. But even would you say baseball's harder? Baseball might be tough because
Baseball is by far the hardest. It's not even close.
Because they be holding like grudges. But the NFL's like that too. Because T.O. should have been first ballot.
Yeah, but you'll get in there though. You'll get in there. Basketball is by far the easiest. Basketball it's laughable how easy it is to get into Hall of Fame.
Basketball, like you just gotta be a role player for 10 years and hit a couple of game-winning shots and you Hall of Famer. I mean, is Robert Horry a Hall of Famer? Did they make him a Hall of Famer?
No, he's not. He's not.
But Rodman is. Dennis Rodman is.
I think Rodman is. Michael Cooper is in the Hall of Fame. Like it's ridiculous. It's disgusting, bro.
It's not. It's the thing is though. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's
basketball. So it includes what they do for the Olympics and stuff like that. And in college.
In college, yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's
still nasty though. It's like some of these people don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. But baseball is by harder for it. Boxing seems pretty easy too. A lot of people that nobody know about are in the Boxing Hall of Fame. But baseball is by far the hardest.
What about the WWF?
But I ain't watched wrestling. I ain't watched wrestling, bro, since I haven't watched wrestling since the Rock had sideburns, bro. The Rock had sideburns and was wearing silk shirts, bro. Last time I watched wrestling.
Your favorite wrestler? What's the dude that the
John Cena?
Not John Cena. Was it Dusk or Goldust?
Goldust. You about to get us kicked off YouTube, bro. You about to get us kicked off. You about to get us booted, bro. You about to get us booted. You about to get us booted off of YouTube. You know they listening. You know the moderators listening.
Man, but yeah, that's because it's funny because it's some of the stuff is like fresh on. I seen a documentary with Vince McMahon like a month ago, a couple months ago, and I didn't even know there's some stuff about they're talking about like the history of how wrestling started and how like it was just back then it was different regions had like different leagues and stuff like that. It's kind of crazy.
It's still like that. It's still like that to some degree, but obviously the big ones. It's like them, like how they have like little smaller leagues.
But it's interesting, man. Like I don't know. I found it interesting because it was like the different eras had like it was based off the time frame and how people thought about things and the way they kind of created characters and stuff like that. Yeah. Like the way how they made the storyline. It was based off how people were, and then like in the 90s, it was the Attitude Era. So they're a lot more like crazy stuff that you would never see today. Never see. Like today's the PC, like, you get canceled, so they're not gonna take them type of risks. But I just feel like it's crazy how like a lot of the stuff is based off like the culture of today, like whatever is going on in today's world, man. It's crazy. But you should check that out, man. That McMahon, Vince McMahon documentary.
Yeah, I ain't seen it. Yeah. That's not the one where that's not the one where he crying, right? Everybody be pulling that meme where he crying. That's not that. Right?
I think was it the one? Nah, yeah, it might have been. Hold up, it might. No, I don't think it might. I don't think it was because I feel like I seen that meme before that documentary. It's where he was like he's all like he was like in that moment like what did he say? What was the meme?
I don't know. People just be crying because everybody uses it. Like, when I think about 2016 Derek Carr, he's like, crying,
he's crying. Yeah. Hella funny. Yeah, but he's sick though. Like, man, McMahon, he's like, golly, like what he would do to like for money and just like to make a great show. It's like, damn, like you'll I don't know. It's too far. Yeah. Like you'll like just do crazy things, man. But yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, man, hey, we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Man, hey, man, it's almost about that time, man. We got to get into it, man. But the people in the chat right here. His best ball was 2015 and 2016. I think he played with a lot of confidence 2015, 2016, but I just felt like he like, man, like with Gruden, he just like his best game, the best game that I've ever seen Derek Carr play was the second game against KC in 2020. Yeah. I know it's very specific, but I remember that game. I was like, damn, bro, like I ain't never see. And they lost that game. It was a close game. I remember Jonathan Abram like got me pissed off because he tried to like
the one we tried to tackle Patrick Mahomes. That's the one in Vegas, right?
Yeah, at the end of the game where he tries to drill. Like you know, Patrick Mahomes steps up in the pocket, you know, buy some time and he's to stay on it like at the end of the game. And
we had beat him earlier that year, right? That's the one we beat him earlier in the year, right?
In KC, they ended up beating him in KC. Now people could say like, oh, that was just a great game, just overall by the team. Henry Ruggs and you know Derek had a really good game, but I just felt like that second game in Vegas. Man. Yeah, man, that second game in Vegas, bro, like offensively, it was just defensively we couldn't stop, you know, KC at all. Like, and that was an issue for years. But yeah, you know, you entitled like 2015, 2016, yeah, I can't, you know, I'm not gonna argue with you too much. I mean, it was fun watching the Raiders offensively back then, but I just felt like with Gruden, I felt like he was super comfortable in that offense, knew it inside and out. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, Coach makes a good point. He says Gruden's West Coast bullshit didn't suit Carr at all. What kind of offense do you see Carr like succeed? Like, what kind of offense do you think he should have played in? I mean, Bill Musgrave, like that shotgun, out of shotgun a lot.
Yeah, he played spread when he was at Fresno. So that's probably the reason why he went in the second round, because people didn't know if it would translate.
Damn that Tampa Bay game, 500 yards is up there too. I remember watching that game too, man.
That's a game overtime, though, right? It's overtime. That's a Seth Roberts game, right?
That was a Seth Roberts game winning touchdown in overtime. Yeah. But that was like even Amari Cooper going crazy, but Derek was throwing dimes too. That was a great game too. And I can't argue with you because of stats and stuff like that, but like, man, I just remember that KC game. It was just the team, like KC. Like I hated KC, but they always had the Raiders number. He had like, and I felt like I don't know what was his final stat line as far as accuracy. I felt like he didn't miss he didn't have an incompletion until like maybe the second, third, fourth quarter. Like it was just like crazy. Like, but yeah, man. Man, everybody talking about 26 Derek Carr. That was train was going nowhere. Hate to break it to you, if he never got injured. Okay, whatever. Crabtree was his best receiver.
I think Amari was his best receiver, but I think he had a comfort. He had a higher trust level with Crabtree.
He had more chemistry. He had more chemistry with Crabtree.
But Amari is better than Crabtree. But.
And he was his go-to weapon. I can see why you say that. He was his go-to weapon, I'll say probably on third down.
Yeah, exactly.
Like on third down. But big plays, I'd give the edge to Amari Cooper. Like, and on top of that, like Amari Cooper was probably like the guy that defenses were like, okay, we can't.
They were keen on Amari Cooper.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because he could score a touchdown. Like at that time, Amari Cooper was fast. Like, you know, he could take it to the house at any moment. Crabtree I don't think has that like type of speed to like take it to the house at any given moment.
Did Crabtree ever have a 1,000-yard receiver with 1,000-yard receiving with us?
Yeah, he did.
Maybe once. Maybe once.
Yeah.
Once, maybe.
Yeah.
I think Amari did it every year he was here. I want to say, except for maybe one.
Yeah. Yeah, but then like we kind of got Crabtree at like kind of like near the back end of his career.
But I don't think he had many 1,000-yard season before
Yeah.
that. He might have
But
like 3 his entire career.
But Crabtree is an example of a good player, not a great player. He was a really good player. He couldn't overcome like the start to like Alex Smith's career, and then like with even
athletic limitations.
Yeah, even like even when he played on
he didn't run the 40.
Oh man, that's shots, man. Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. But I think he couldn't overcome, like, even with Jim Harbaugh, he couldn't overcome like Kaepernick. That offense was like more of a running offense.
Yeah,
it was not an offense where they passed the ball a lot and stuff like that. So it is what it is, man. Frank Gore, you know what I mean? Probably, Frank Gore got to be one of the most underrated running backs.
Nice.
He played for a long time too. Like,
it's just longevity, man. That's probably a lot of it is longevity, though.
But he played really good for a long time. But even after that, he was still damn, like he's still a good player in the rotation at the end of at the end of his career. I was like, golly, like,
not fact.
It's crazy. But yeah, let's see what people are talking about. Eli had too much, had way more tougher competition. Okay. Let's see. Eli beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl too. Yeah, he got that on his resume. Like, it's like in the biggest moment where Brady is supposed to be the guy. Like, he's the guy and he was able to do that. But I think if we're being honest, like, if you're keeping it real, it was Brady versus the Giants defensive line. Like, what the hell? Like,
you act like the Patriots didn't have like Richard Seymour and Vince Wilfork. It's just like they had some dogs over there too.
They did, but like the Giants were better.
Giants were better, but it's not like it's like
Michael Strahan.
Michael chasm.
Their D line was the best in the league.
Yeah, but it's not like that. But that other D line still had 2 Hall of Fame guys on there.
But they
had some Hall of Fame corners. Okay, and they had Rodney Harrison.
Justin Tuck. They had Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora. Probably forgetting somebody else in the rotation.
What was my man's name?
They had your favorite player on the team, AP. Antonio Pierce.
Matthias Kiwanuka was cool. Antonio Pierce was a dog. But Patriots had some dogs too, though.
They did. No, I'm not. The Patriots. They're a good team. I'm not gonna like.
Had your favorite? Was your favorite coach in the league on there? Your favorite coach? Wasn't he over there?
What are you talking about? Talking about Josh McDaniels?
No, your favorite coach, man. He's coaching for him now. He's the head coach for him now. Mike Vrabel.
Oh, Mike Vrabel. Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Watch out for the Patriots this year.
They gonna look good, bro. They about to look good. They got Trey.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think Vrabel is a solid head coach, and you give him a quarterback. If he's able to win games with old boy that's literally had like, I mean, he's a game manager at Tannehill. If he was able to win games and like beat the Patriots in the playoffs with Tannehill at quarterback, you give him a Drake May who, man, it looked like he's gonna be a guy at quarterback. We'll see. You know what I mean? He only played 1 year, but man, and then they were able to pick up your favorite running back, man.
No, bro.
And Travion Henderson in the second.
They picked up Kyle Williams too, right? Didn't they get Kyle Williams too?
Yeah.
I'm saying you look. So they already had Ramondre Stevenson. Then they add Travion Henderson, Kyle Williams, and then they got Drake May. In year 2, a little bit more refined.
Who Drake May play? I think who did Drake May play? Who did he have? It was a slot receiver. Was it Downs? I think he played with Joshua Downs in college.
Josh Downs. Yeah, Josh Downs.
You give him a similar type of player, smallish receiver, but good route runner, maybe slot receiver, and a Kyle Williams. Yeah. Okay, I see what they're doing there, and then you add like they already got a running game with the running back they already have, Ramondre Stevenson, and then you add like probably an explosive weapon in Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm not going to lie.
Justin McDaniels is a good offensive coordinator.
McDaniels as an OC, if you just tell him just be an offensive coordinator, you ain't got to, like, have no speeches. You ain't got to, like, coach up the team. You ain't got to do all the little things that head coaches do to really rally the team and lead the team. All you got to do is just cook up plays and coach up that offense. Josh McDaniels, as a Patriots OC, has proven that he can get it done. So I do think that
Patriots in a good spot, man. Patriots in a good spot, and the AFC East is, you know.
But I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong because I hate the Patriots though. But you know, it is what it is. But
we don't know what the Jets are. We don't know what the Dolphins are. We expect the Bills to be good, but other than that, like that it's wide open over there in the AFC East. So if they can knock off the Bills, man.
Eli, yeah, I know. That's like the biggest argument is the quality of his wins against quality opponent in the. I get it, man. Yeah. But hey, man, if you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody coming through. But we not done yet, man. We got that. It's that time, man. It's flag on the play.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Man, so it's that time, man. Flag on the play. This is where we, talk about, it's just things that we have issues with. It doesn't have to be about football. It doesn't have to be football related. It could be about anything, and whether it's sports, culture, whatever the case may be. But Severe, if you want to lead the way and let the people know real quick.
You know what? We'll start a little bit different spot. Since we were just talking about Tom Brady, I don't know if anybody saw the interview with Tom Brady where they asked him about Shedeur Sanders, and Tom Brady basically said he has nothing to do with like the Raiders like drafting. That he wasn't asked about anything at all during like on draft day or anything like that. I don't know if anybody else saw that. I was trying to find the actual sound. I couldn't find it, but like the fact that he tried to deny having anything to do at all with the Raiders draft plans, like that was just the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard in my life. Like that was just like completely disingenuous, especially when we've been hearing the entire offseason from Tom Brady, from John Spytek, from Pete Carroll, that like when it comes to the quarterback position, like, we're definitely going to get input from Tom Brady. Like, we're definitely going to lean on Tom Brady. Tom Brady's part of everything. When they were making the decision on Gino Smith, right, they all convened for like a few days straight and was like talking about all the quarterback options in free agency, and that's that's how they ended up landing on Gino as the guy they wanted to take as their starter. So for him to say now, like after the fact that, oh, you know what, I had nothing to do with this, like. It's a complete. It's not even believable. It's not even believable at all.
Yeah, I mean, when I seen the clip, I was like, "Come on, man!" Like, but I understood it though. He just didn't want to he probably didn't want to put too much attention on the situation and make Shedeur look bad, and he probably want to also keep that relationship like cool, like because if Tom Brady comes out and just says like, yeah, I was able to evaluate the quarterback, even just him saying, yeah, I was able to look in the quarterback position, and then and if they asked him about Shedeur, he was like, no comment, like that would have been everybody would have so he had to he knew he had to remove himself from that whole situation, I didn't have anything to do with it. The way he answered it too, it was like.
His face got hella mad.
Yeah,
they tried to turn on the media.
It's like he couldn't, and you know what? Like he's not a good liar. You know what I mean? Like it's just like he's that person probably he tells it like it is or whatever. I don't know, but all I know is that we all knew he was lying, and you could tell. Like he was just like he paused like that's a good question. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, oh, okay. That you told me everything you needed to tell me right there. He's like, nah, I didn't have anything to do with it, and da 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 da. And, he went into that talk, but It is what it is. Yeah, I agree. I guess it's a flag, severe. You know, it's 50-50 show. We always have differences and opinions every now and then, but this one was I kind of understood it though. I understood it. Like,
but it's what's a flag for me for two things. First of all, you try to blame it on the media. Like Negro, not Negro, but fool, you in the you in the media. Like, no, you're in the media. Like, you're part of the media now. So no, and the reason people can't trust media is because cats like you just telling bald faced lies. Like, bro, if you don't want to answer the question, but you know what, I'd rather not drudge that back up. Obviously, Shador had a difficult time on draft day. You know, he fell much further than he anticipated, than anybody anticipated. I happen to think that he's a very talented quarterback, and he landed with the team that's going to give him an opportunity to possibly start, which is something that he probably wouldn't have gotten here. So I think, at the end, it all kind of worked out for both parties. He's going somewhere where he's going to get an opportunity to fight for the number one job. We're obviously very happy that we were able to land Gino Smith, who we think can really take us to a next level as a team, who has had a lot of success in the league already. So I think, both parties should be happy with the final result. Like, leave it there. You ain't got to lie. But, I didn't have nothing to do. They didn't ask me about quarterback. Like, bro, you Tom Brady. Like, it's stupid. Like, why would they not ask you about quarterbacks? That just make the organization look dumb. Like, so, nobody in the organization asked Tom Brady about the quarterback position from a quarterback
but
he spent years working with since he was like 12, 11 years old. Like, this doesn't make no sense.
Yeah. Well, look. Well, the thing is though, that's what a good liar would say. You know what I mean? A guy that that's a good deflector or a good, whatever. Tom Brady is not that. Like, he didn't know how to handle. Like, it's almost like he should have seen it coming. You know what I mean, from a mile away. But it is what it is. I get it. He probably could have answered the question better. So that's definitely a flag. But it is what it is.
I think I don't know if we got any mods in the chat, but we got somebody. I think it's over on your side. I just checked on mine.
Let me check it out, man. What's going on, man? Mike, where's the king of mods here, man? You gotta let me. All right, let me. Where we go? Let me see. Hold up. But let's see.
Somebody's watching the Diddy trial, getting a little too happy, so they decided to bring that energy over here. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
Sorry, brother.
Woo. Damn. Well, you're gone forever. It's all good. Disappear just like that. Wow. Damn. Ooh, damn, he was going crazy too.
Come on, man.
I'm looking at this. He was going crazy. Like,
copy paste enter. Copy paste enter.
You know what I don't understand is, like, who does this? Like, why would you do like what kind of what mental state you got to be in to like just go somewhere and just do that? Like, but people's sense of humor is different. It's wild. It's different. But that's not the only flag in the play. Let's go to the next flag on the play. It's not the only one.
I didn't think that would be a controversial flag. I knew this one was a little controversial.
Yeah.
Pharaoh brought it up earlier. We talked about obviously the John Madden. I don't know if it's like a biopic or what it is, but the movie that's being made about John Madden's life. And I'm taking some issue with some of the casting choices that they made regarding John Madden. Not only John Madden, but Al Davis too. More so John Madden, but Al Davis as well. And we got, I think you got the picture. You seen Pharaoh's thumbnail. I know somebody spoke on it earlier.
Real quick, before you go on. Moon over Miami, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna announce this real quick, man. I'm gonna make you a mod real quick, man. My guy, man. I appreciate you if you could hold it down. I know Daniel Kim usually is a guy that's handling stuff, and then obviously we got some other guys that's also mods, but it's all good. Let me go ahead and make you a mod, my guy. Moon over Miami. Give me just 1 second. But yeah, go ahead, Severe.
Yeah, man. I just don't like the casting choices, to be honest with you, especially John Madden. Al Davis, I don't like it either. I can live with it, but Nicolas Cage is John Madden. That is That's it, man. That's to use Pharaoh's term. That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. That is just disgusting. Christian Bale, I can understand, but this is me. I'm one of those dudes. I'd prefer it be like a legit New Yorker play Al Davis or somebody that's going to really hit that accent hard. And I think Christian Bale, he's a good actor, so he can do it. But I just rather it be like a legit New Yorker. I'm a dude from LA, so like I don't got no affinity to New York, but I know the type of dude Al Davis is. And if you told Al Davis that somebody from I think Christian Bale's from Wales, or he's from the UK for sure. I want to say he's from Wales, but some European dude was playing him in the movie, he'd be pissed. Al Davis wouldn't stand for that.
It's pretty common though. It's pretty common, man. You seen Snowfall? You seen Snowfall? It was a dude
super
from
common. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but perfect example. Freeway Rick ain't happy about that, and he's still alive.
But that's
not all that he's not happy about.
Yeah, that situation. Yeah, that whole situation's messed up. But Idris Elba, you know what I mean? That guy is from British. Like he's able to get a lot of top roles and stuff like that. And he's not the only one. But I semi agree with you, but disagree with you. Like, okay, Nicolas Cage, I don't know how that's gonna look like, but I seen the early kind of pictures.
You know what it's gonna look like.
I seen the early little, pictures. Obviously, y'all seen the thumbnail. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe, I don't know. But Christian Bale, hold up. I just want to ask this: do you think Christian Bale is a good actor?
I like Christian Bale's a good actor.
Oh, you changed up. You changed up.
Yeah,
I was going.
It's not about his acting ability. It's just that how genuine it is going to. How it's not going to feel genuine. It's not going to feel genuine.
He just better not do something where like he's gonna experiment and like change his voice like he did with Batman, where he was like he just made it like I'm like I didn't like that at all, bro. Like just talk normal, man. Just have Bruce Wayne, just do it that way. But that's a whole different conversation. But I think Christian Bale's a good actor, and he kind of looks like him, like the way when I seen like the final thing, I'm like, oh, okay, that looks like an Al Davis character in a way. But how's he gonna sound? How's he gonna talk? Is he gonna get that down? Who knows? But it's not gonna be as bad as like Michael B. Jordan in Fruitvale. You know what I mean? Like I just, me personally, I couldn't believe him in that role. But that's just me. Or just and that might go over people's head like that that didn't see that movie or whatever. There might be another movie that might be a better example.
I like that movie.
or what's a terrible performance is Denzel's son in that Christopher Nolan movie. Oh my God, it was so bad. That's like one of the worst movies I ever seen. I thought he was a terrible actor just off that, but then I know he won like. I know there was a movie he did with, I think Spike Lee that people talk about, but
Denzel's son in the Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh man, yeah. Someone in the chat, my guys in the chat will know the answer.
Christopher Nolan movie. I'm trying to think.
I'm telling you, bro, it was bad. To me, it was bad. It was bad.
I think what movie he has. Oh, you talking about Tenet?
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, that movie is dope. Oh, you don't like that movie?
Oh my God, Severe,
you
please don't be. Come on, man.
Oh, Tenet was a dope movie, man. The acting could have been better. The acting could have been better. Like the
acting was terrible. It was like I'm gonna go over here. It was just I'm Denzel's son. Like it was just like
it wasn't terrible. But it's just like when.
And I like Christopher Nolan movies. I like Christopher Nolan movies.
He's not a funny guy. So like certain parts he would try to like be funny, but the part he's like, oh, like I asked for my hot sauce an hour ago. Like I was like,
this Coach, man, hey man, Coach, bro.
That movie was dope. That movie is dope, man. Like you gotta watch a breakdown of the movie. That movie is dope. That movie, I love that movie, man. That movie is dope. I like movies like that in general. But you gotta watch the breakdown of the movie to kind of understand what the movie is talking about. That movie is dope.
I was just watching it for a minute, and I was just watching this. I was like, hold up, what am I? I'm like, and I like Christopher Nolan movies. Like I like the Inceptions, obviously Dark Knight. He's had other movies too since then. But I ain't gonna lie, like that one,
That movie was sick, man. You gotta
that
watch
when I was
Breaking.
watching that movie, I was just like, what am I watching? Like, this is a waste of my time. Yeah, Super
Like-
Omicron said makes you think, but maybe too confusing.
It is.
Possibly.
It can be too confusing. It can be too confusing. Like, cause somebody else told me the same thing. It was like, oh man, I just couldn't get into it. It was like a lot going on. I didn't understand what was going on. Then I sent them like a breakdown, somebody like explaining like how the temporal pincer works and all that stuff. And then they rewatched it. It's like, yo, bro, like this movie, like it all makes sense now. Cause like the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy. But once you understand like exactly what's going on, it makes a lot more sense.
Marty Marr says Tenet was tight. Time movies are tough to produce, i.e., Interstellar. I didn't think Interstellar was a bad movie. I mean, some people might have.
A good movie too, though.
Like The Prestige. I like Prestige. That was good.
Prestige was dope too, though.
That was clean, bro. That if y'all should check that out. That's like with Hugh Jackman and Christopher Nolan. Not Christopher Nolan. Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale was in there, right? Christian Bale and Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Exactly.
Where like the magicians and stuff like that, like it made you think like who if the dude survived. Like it was. I don't want to ruin the movie, but that was a good movie.
Yeah, that movie was crazy.
But yeah, man. Hey, yeah, man. I don't think he's a good actor, but I've been told that like I should check out some other movie in his catalog. I think Spike Lee. It might have been a Spike Lee directed movie. I think where he plays like an FBI agent.
That movie is tight. Damn, Black something.
Black Klansman.
Black Klansman. That movie's good. That movie's good.
I haven't seen that, so I'm gonna reserve my judgment as far as like because that people say it was a good movie. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna check that out. Memento. Man, is that what
Oh,
was that with Christian Bale? Was that no? That's some different.
That's Christian Nolan. And it's the other guy.
It looked like some Brad Pitt lookalike. Is some Brad Pitt lookalike actor? I don't know.
What's my guy's name? Guy Pearce. Guy Pearce. Not Guy Pearce. What's his name? Guy Pearce.
Bruh, hey man, I feel you, man. That was a great movie. I like Inception.
God.
I like Inception too, but some people kind of like, it's a hit or miss. But yeah, Black Klansman right there. Yep, yes sir. Yeah, it's Oscar worthy. I got to check that out for sure. Yep. But yeah, man, we went off topic. But yeah, now I think Christian Bale. I think he has potential to like.
He can do it.
He can kill it. I think he can. There's a potential there. Now, Nicolas Cage as John Madden, and the movies about John Madden is like like
it's nasty.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
And it's just Nicolas Cage, man. He just gets too weird, bro. In some of these roles, he be doing too much. But like Christian Bale can too. Like Christian Bale, like Ice-T is terrible, bro. Ice-T is terrible.
Earlier you said Master P movies. That's hella goofy.
Yeah, Master P was. Yeah, but see Christian Bale, because ever since like, so I really like American Psycho. Like that's like I like that movie. Anybody seen it? But that's a weird movie too.
Yeah. Hey man, me and Coach, man, we on the same page today, man. I trust Bale, but Cage is the wild card. Facts.
Yeah. If Bale don't try to do too much, that's the thing. Bale, if he don't try to do too much, I can rock.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. I agree. Yeah. If Bale doesn't, if he try to do some weird accent, I'll be like, it's gonna throw me off. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nah. Omicron. I didn't hear this. You said did you hear about the Charles Woodson Netflix biopic? Oh damn.
I didn't hear about
that. I
didn't hear about that at all. That's gonna be dope.
That's gonna be crazy. I gotta look into it. I mean, who's gonna play Charles Woodson? Like that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Nick Cage is not versatile. Yeah, maybe.
T.I. is bad too. T.I. is
JR, you kill it. You funny, bro. Expeditiously, he always be expedition.
Expeditiously.
He always be using hella big words, bro. Like for sometimes for no reason. Like you ain't got to use that big word, bro.
For
It's
no
like,
reason at all.
golly.
Yeah.
He's trying to fight, but it's, I don't know. That's a whole different conversation. But Marlon Wayans is Jim Otto. No,
What's
that's
that?
Steve, bro. Steve, you trying to be funny, bro. You trying to be funny.
Or you say Jim. Don't let Jack Kendall hear you say that. Jack Kendall, he'll track you down. Jim will track you down. That's Jack Kendall's favorite Raider ever.
Bale in Fighter was cold.
Fighter, Bale, and the Fighter. I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
You know what movie's good? I don't know why I thought about it. It was. Oh, he's talking about. Oh yeah, he's talking about when he was a boxer, and old boy was in there. Dude from Boston. I think he was in there.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Bale was. He played like a crackhead in the movie. Like he was a druggie.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal?
Nah, it wasn't Jake Gyllenhaal. It was old boy from Boston. Like, you know, he's always at Patriots games. Probably best friends with like
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Nah. Other dude. Like he was in.
This is the racist one.
Names, as you can see, I'm terrible with names.
Is the racist one? Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg, yeah. Well, I think Mark was it Mark Wahlberg in that movie? Nah, it wasn't him. I'm tripping, man. Hey, who's the chat? Help me out here, man. Was it Wahlberg in that movie, The Fighter?
It's Jake Gyllenhaal, I think.
Nah. Who was the boxer? The actual boxer was the one that he was the one fighting, but his brother was a crackhead, Christian Bale. Christian Bale. That was a good movie. That was a cool movie. Not Matt Damon. Oh, Steve, you're a monster. I was about to bring this up. This movie with Mickey Rourke,
the wrestler,
when he plays wrestler. That was good, bro.
The wrestler. Yeah, that was good. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
That resurrected his career.
Yeah, Marky Mark. Yep. Yeah. Well, hey man, the chat, y'all on it, bro.
Yeah.
Mark
Mark. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Like when he was younger, I think more than once. But I think one time he got like arrested for terrorizing some Asians and calling them like all kind of racial slurs, like something wild when he was like younger. He's from Boston though, bro. Like we know what Boston. We know what kind of town Boston is, right? You know what kind of town Boston.
Yeah, man, that's a tough city. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Like he went like on a crazy rant. It's like it's online. It's a clip of it.
No. This one it was happened when he was younger. Before he started acting. Actually, it was he was in his, I don't say early 20s, something like that.
Oh damn! Like serious? Like Marlon committed a hate crime in his early years? Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, bro. He's an unmitigated racist, bro. Like just nobody talks about it because like he's Mark Wahlberg.
Damn! I didn't even know that, dude. Sheesh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that, man. That's crazy. That's wild, man. But yeah, man, I'm semi-flag on a play on the Nicolas Cage, but the Christian Bale, I'm gonna give it a little bit. But you can make an argument, and we talked about this before when we heard it. We heard that it was gonna be Nicolas Cage early on, and it was a flag. Because I was kind of like, when I heard Nicolas Cage was gonna play John Madden, I'm like, what are they? Come on, like there's something. It's Nicolas Cage, like for real.
Yeah, man.
So we've talked about this before, but yeah, that's definitely a flag.
I like the dudes that did the CBS one. The dudes that did the CBS, I think they were clean. They're not big names though, so they're not going to draw. They're not going to draw like Nicolas Cage and Christian Bale will. So that's politics.
Yeah, bro. Like this was it was a cool movie. I liked it. I haven't had a chance to see this. I gotta check it out.
Hey, now hold up. I would not allow this slander on Ice Cube. All right, you better take that back.
Departed is one of my favorite movies, bro. Departed is
sick.
Oh my God, that was a great movie. Great movie. That's what Mark Wahlberg, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio. Like he killed it with his character. Even Jack Nicholson, he played his character. He played like a weird ass gangster. Like
I remember that movie. That movie was dope.
It's a great movie, man. Great movie. But yeah, man, we can get into movies, man. Movies my forte, man. I love movies.
Yeah, I
but
thought you knew movies till you talking about bad about Tenet.
Tenet, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. That's
dope,
just
bro.
not my cup of tea. But I'm gonna rewatch it. But it was just like I was just watching. I'm like, bro, like it's just the acting. It's maybe the story because Christopher Nolan, he knows how to make those types of movies where it makes you think. But it was just like I was just watching, like, and I just didn't like his character, like Denzel's son's character. Like I just didn't like
The
him.
protagonist. That's the thing. Like,
the way he was acting, I just didn't believe him. Like, I understand a movie's a movie. Like it's people are playing characters, but the reason why someone is a good actor is because they're a believable character. Like they sell you on who they are as a character. I feel like like bad actors, it's just hella obvious. Like, okay, bro, just talk regular. Like you ain't gotta lie. Like just tell me the truth. Because right now you lying to me right now. You're not a good actor.
The only scene I hated was that scene was like, I ordered my hot sauce an hour ago. That's the only scene I hated. I was like, bro, it's so corny, bro. Why are you saying this corny stuff in this movie?
Yeah.
But other than that, the movie was dope. And there's so many Easter eggs in the movie that you don't realize. It's like until it's explained to you, you be like, dang, that is true. Like you be like, dang. Matter of fact, like. This kicked off everything, which wouldn't have happened if this didn't happen. Which made it's so many crazy things, bro. It's wild, bro. You got to watch it. You got to watch it.
And we got the chat going crazy with the
movie.
Stretch says Inception still in my top 5. Inception is a good movie, but your top 5 greatest movies?
Ever?
Oh no, that's too much, bro. That's too much.
Super
too much. But hey, that's a personal top 5 though. You know that I respect to that. Like. It's a good movie, but I don't know if it's for me. It's not top 5 worthy for me. But Coach says thoughts on Sinners. I think Severe, you seen this the other day.
You seen it, yeah. The movie's good, bro. That movie it's a good movie. It's really
I gotta watch it. I haven't watched it, man.
Super interesting. Man, it's one of those movies, man. Like I take
my time on Michael B. Jordan because I like for a minute, like I was like, bro, like, but I heard he had a good performance in that movie, but for a minute, I didn't think Michael B. Jordan was he's not a good actor. Like it's hella like, my name is Michael B. Like it's just like I'm in the room, like I am talking right now. Like fuck, bro. Like
who do you think is a good actor? Who do you think is a good
who do I think is a good actor? Okay,
you can't say Denzel.
You can't say Denzel. I think Jack Nicholson's a good actor. I already said him. I think Christian Bale is a solid actor. I think. Leonardo DiCaprio is a great actor. Man, old boy who died. Gene Hackman is a great actor.
Gene Hackman ain't done nothing since like '92, bro. He can't be.
I don't know. It was just in my head right now. For some, that was hella random. I know it's hella random. Oh man, a great actor. Oh. I'm gonna see. I gotta think of genres. So I'm gonna think mafia. My Italian mafia movies. Obviously Al Pacino, great actor.
She naming legends. I was like, what's like?
Hell yeah, man! I gotta start with them. You put me on the spot saying like, great actor. Robert De Niro, great actor.
Not great actor.
Like
who's
today.
A good actor? Who do you think? And I didn't even say great. Who's good? Because like you compare. That's like me saying like who's a good player in the league.
I think R.I.P. I thought what's his name was a good actor. I think he was headed in like damn, like he was a good actor. Black Panther man, I'm terrible with names, bro.
Oh, damn. Now
he passed away too.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman. Yep.
Chadwick Boseman was good. He was good.
I thought he was.
Michael B. Jordan is like on that level.
I think oh boy, he got canceled. That was going to play the Marvel. I think he's a good actor. I think he outacted Michael B. Jordan in his own movie, in Creed, number 2.
Oh, dang.
See, bro, I don't know. Maybe it's because we're live. We can't think about it, but I be forgetting names, bro.
I don't know if he outacted him, but
I think his character was way better, more interesting and better. Like he made me believe, like, damn, this dude, he like his character is way more like, I don't know. I just feel like
that's Creed 3, but yeah, because he was at that point we had already got through the character arc of Adonis. So like Adonis's interesting character arc was Creed 1. Like that was when he was at his like most interesting.
But he's a good I think he's a good actor. I think he's a better actor than Michael B. Jordan.
I can give you that. I can get it, but yeah, because he's like I think he's like classically trained actor though. I think he went to.
But you didn't ask me that. You didn't ask me who's better. You just asked me who are good actors.
Who's good. Yeah.
So
I think Michael B. Jordan is like a slight level below that.
But look. That being said, I didn't see Sinners, so he might have like took his game to a whole different level. Like now
he's don't like Fruitvale. You from Oakland, you don't like Fruitvale. That's what it is, bro.
I remember. I remember Michael B. Jordan since The Wire. I don't know if anybody seen The Wire back in the day. He was one of the young actors on that show. So he didn't have a huge part, but like he's been in the game for a while, but. I would think that he would be a lot better, and there was certain movies I just didn't feel like he was. There's other movies that I feel like he's kind of overrated, but hey, Sinners might be his breakout movie. Hey, he's been in the game. Acting is an art, so you gotta you kind of like you perfect your craft as time goes on. So he might have gotten to that point. But I'm trying to think, bro. Like good actors nowadays. Oh. I think old boy that that played in Men in Black. I think he's a good actor. He played in Men in Black, and he played Thanos. I think he played Thanos.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor.
Josh Brolin is solid, but I mean,
he's a good. I'm giving you recent guys. Because I can't give you.
No, but I'm saying because I'm not comparing. I'm not taking it in the sense of like he's not a good actor. I'm like you're saying Michael B. Jordan is trash. You're naming people that are like the same level as Michael B. Jordan.
No, I named people better. Like the last.
Jonathan Majors is better. Jonathan Majors is better. Josh Brolin is about the same level. Chadwick Boseman is about the same level.
I don't know, bro. I think Josh Brolin. Like I think Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick's about the same level.
Nah. Chadwick Boseman is a good actor. He's a good actor.
So is Michael B. Jordan.
Like I like Chadwick. I thought Chadwick Boseman played old boy. He played James Brown. Like I've never seen Michael B. Jordan turn into a whole different character like that.
That was I have thoughts on that movie. I was like, I don't want to disrespect the dead, but I have thoughts on that movie. So I'm gonna reserve my judgment on that movie. But
I think Chadwick Boseman is a better actor than Michael B. Jordan, bro. I'm telling you.
I can say,
but maybe it's a matter of like, okay, yeah, you disagree, but I just feel like there. I think before Sinners, which I haven't seen yet, I'm just saying pre-Sinners, because I know people in the chat like, what are you talking about? I've seen Sinners and Michael B. Jordan, like he did it. Then I'm like, oh, okay, well, you might be right. I haven't seen that movie, but I'm saying like the movies up until that point, maybe Creed, he was cool. Creed, I think Creed was like
good. Man, Creed was great. Creed 1 was excellent, bro. Creed 1 was excellent.
Creed was, solid or whatever, but
the only thing I hated was Fantastic Four. That movie's like that's the only thing I hated from them. I'm like, this is garbage, bro. Why y'all? Wait, they let you make this movie. This is trash. But other than that, like I thought it was pretty good and everything.
And some people mention Black Panther or whatever, but even like Black
Panther,
like,
he killed that. He killed that, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It was cool.
He killed that role.
It's cool. Role. I like Black Panther, like the movie itself, like. Damn, like that's dope. Like to see it, that movie. It's hella different, and you know the reasons why I'm gonna say it's different. Like, but I just feel like it was a different movie. I like Ryan Coogler. You know what I mean? I like what he's doing, and him and Michael B. Jordan, like that's his guy. Like he keeps
that's Christopher Nolan and Leo. They got that same kind of relationship.
A lot of directors do that though. A lot of directors they recast like guys that they obviously are comfortable with, that they have good relationships with and stuff like that. But. People in the chat, man, let me see what y'all most deaf on Italian Job. Oh man, JR, bro, you hilarious. Was good, Josh. Let's see. Let me see. I gotta check it out, bro. Everybody talking about I'm not. Are you talking about me? I'm hating. Hey, bro. It's just a matter.
Hating on Michael B. Jordan. Like I'm telling you, he don't like Fruitvale Station because.
Coach, bro. Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. I'm being honest. Yeah, Ryan Coogler, man. He might be the next guy, man. I heard he was supposed to.
He is that next guy.
I heard that he was supposed to direct X-Men, but he passed on it. I guess because he's focusing on Black Panther and stuff like that. Yeah. I thought Gene Hackman was a good actor, bro. I don't know. I like him.
Gene Hackman is a legend, though, bro. Like that. Yeah, he's like one.
Well, you said name. You said name your good actors, so that was a very general question. So I started thinking about like, damn, I can't tell you no ashy, just trash like actor. I gotta give you the legends because you said no Denzel. So I was like, all right, let me think of like the movies that I like. I like the mafia movies. So I was like, all right, let me think the Joe Pesci's.
Yeah. That's the first. You talk about like naming good actors. The first person Denzel was like that's the first thing that pops in my head.
Man, yeah, Joe Pesci. But Joe Pesci in those roles. Joe Pesci's a good actor.
He's made for those roles. He's a great
actor.
That's the same thing. You being like, oh, like, let me see Joe Pesci play something else. like that's how you trying to do Michael B. Jordan. Let me see Joe Pesci play something else.
I mean, he's a good actor. He's a good actor at the end of the day. Like for you to have that type of performance, like you got to be good. Like you got to be able to like. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he's a good actor too.
He's a good actor.
But
he's
I just caught this, man. That's hilarious, bro. Stretch, bro. You out of pocket.
Robert Downey Jr. he's kind of getting to that same thing where he's kind of playing the same character over and over again, though. So I'm like,
Chris Rock and Ice Cube are the worst actors.
Oh yeah, nah, they're terrible. But don't you disrespect Ice Cube, though? Don't you disrespect?
Nah, that's true. But you know what? Like Ice Cube, shit. Hey, he's a good businessman. I'll give him that. Great businessman.
And he doesn't really. Ice Cube has done all kind of movies, man.
And I don't know, like, has he played in like series? I don't think he's ever he's played in more like comedies. A lot of. Well, I'm trying to think of serious roles.
Boys in the Hood, Higher Learning.
Yeah, Boys in the Hood.
Higher Learning. I mean,
Higher Learning with Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah.
Triple X was bad. That was cheesy as hell, but that was like different than comedy.
I'll give you Chris Rock. Chris Rock was terrible. I mean, his best role. I was gonna say his breakout role was even he said it. Even he said it. Like we played Pookie. I think it was like Pookie.
Yeah, New Jack City.
On New Jack City. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jamie Foxx. Like he didn't let me finish. He was like, "Oh, you're naming legends," so I couldn't even get into Jamie Foxx. I already know he's not gonna be like, "Oh, no, Lane Johnson's."
Jamie Foxx he's won an Academy Award. He can't.
He's good. He's a great actor. You didn't like the James Brown movie with Chadwick Boseman? You didn't like it? No. You thought it was trash?
I don't. Yeah, I thought it was trash. And Hollywood does that where they'll find one black guy and have him play everything. Like Chadwick Boseman he's played James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson, and Black Panther. Like we have other black people that can act. Like they but they find but Chadwick Boseman, he tests well with our test audiences. They think he's safe.
Hey, bro, look, hey, man. Appreciate you coming through. The nation in the building, man. Make sure to check out the merch, man. One of the best out there in the nation. Bro, I'm really a hater, though, for real. Like, just because I don't think someone...
He's a good actor. He's a good actor, bro. He's not great. He's not great.
Man.
He's not a great actor. He's a good actor.
The standard can't be...
he's a good actor.
Look. I'm gonna say this again because, it's all about, like, communicating your opinion and your thoughts, right? So, I'm saying this pre-Sinners. Pre-Sinners. He's cool. He was solid.
Pre-Sinners, he's good. He's good. He's still good.
Name like outside of Sinners, because I haven't seen it. Name damn, you about to say like I already know you about to say Creed 1, 2, 3, and Black Panther. Those are his best movies. I mean,
Well,
what
Creed
movies
one-
outside
Creed-
of what movies outside of Creed and Black Panther?
I like Fruitvale Station. I like Fruitvale Station. I think he did a good job at Fruitvale Station. That's what made me start. That's what like, oh man, this young dude, he killed this. Like I thought he did a good job.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you. Okay, you originally from LA, right?
Yeah.
Did you think? And I'm not saying this to make a point, but I just want to know personally. Did you think dude from Snowfall did a good job?
I think he did a good job. Yeah, I think he did a good job.
But
But I just don't. I don't appreciate how they like. First of all, like I said, it's like it's plenty of American actors that could have played that role. And the dude's a good actor, but I was like it's plenty of Americans actors that could have played that role. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of actors from LA that could have played that role. And the fact that they cut out Freeway Rick, like I don't appreciate that. But just the show as a whole, his performance, he did a good job.
Ooh, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is good too.
Joaquin Phoenix he's crazy good. Yeah, he's crazy good.
Yeah. Josh Brolin played the young version of Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, Agent.
Yeah. And
Somebody said Lakeith Stanfield. I like Lakeith Stanfield.
He's random. He's like the today's.
I like Lakeith Stanfield though.
He's today's actor or whatever. But like, because the first time I seen him was in that on what's the name show. What was it called?
Oh, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I thought, man, there was an episode on there. For me was probably the best episode. It's probably season 2 when they went into he went to go pick up a piano.
Oh yeah.
Like, you remember that episode?
From that rich lady's house. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so random. It was out of left field. Like, what the hell? But it was hella good. And I thought he did a good job. Like, because that situation, I don't know what you would do. Like, that was just a random situation to be in. But Lakeith Stanfield, he's different. He's hella different.
He is hella different. That's why I like him though. That's why I like him. He does. Even what's called like you've seen the movie what was Sorry to Bother You. You seen that movie?
Sorry to bother you.
I think that's what it's called. He's like he plays like a telemarketer.
Yeah, that was hella random. I don't know. I didn't really. I wasn't like hella into it like that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, he played a telemarketer and it's I don't know. It's just not my. It's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? It ain't my style. Yeah. Oh yeah, he played a younger. Yep. What, man? What am I doing, man? Like, I'm getting people heated off this. Like, I'm really
especially. I mean, because
man, he's not Michael Jordan. You know what it is? They think that I'm calling Michael Jordan overrated. I'm not saying Michael Jordan overrated. I'm saying Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is overrated. But hey, look, The Sinners might have been a dope movie. So like, once I see that, I'll be like. Once I see that movie, I'm gonna be like, yeah, shit. Oh man, he's on his way. Like, so I can't say anything about that. But it's just like with pre Sinners, it's all right. It's cool. Whatever.
Hater. Yeah, hater. People call me the hater.
JR, man, you trolling, man. Chris Tucker, great actor. Oh man, come on, man. I don't think he's a bad actor. I just think that like, nah, man. Because when I think serious, when the most serious role he ever played was Dead Presidents. When he played old boy.
Yeah.
But when you watch Dead Presidents, that shit did not age well at all.
Nah, it did not.
It did not age well. Like, at the time, and when I watched it, I was like, man, it's clean. But like, whew, the graphics was tough. Okay. See, AJ, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, see, you know what I mean? Like, hey, it probably will.
It will change your mind, but I mean, I don't know. I think you probably already got some inherent bias against him. So you walk in there, this fool in here overacting.
Nah, hey, look, I'm gonna respect if it's a good movie. Like, if you could sit down and like watch a good movie, a good story, because what makes a good movie is acting, the story, like just, I like all that. But But if something throws me off, I'm be like, damn, the whole movie. I'm like, damn, like this dude just, why is he in the movie? Like this, he's messing up everything. Fedoro Music in the building says for Charlotte, Allah Ali. I'm butchering his name. This is the guy that's supposed to play Blade, right? But I don't know. Are they still doing the Blade movie?
No, that's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh,
Mahershala Ali, I
man.
don't think he was in. He's not in 12 Years a Slave though. That's Chiwetel Ejiofor. That's the light skinned dude. Mahershala Ali is the guy that was in. Damn, I'm trying to think of something else he's in that people would know. Mahershala Ali. He was in Luke Cage. He played Snake Eyes in Luke Cage.
I think the guy that played Xavier in the recent X-Men movie, the younger version, I think he's a solid actor. I think he's a good actor.
Damn. I know you're talking about. Damn, I can't think of his name. I think he's British too.
And the dude that played the young Magneto.
Magneto?
I think he's a good actor too.
Michael Fassbender.
Fassbender. I think he's a good actor. See now look, I'm telling you, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It's just my opinion, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah.
Green Book. Yeah, Green Book. That's what it was. That was a good movie.
Forrest Whitaker in Black Panther was terrible though.
Yeah, Black Panther was terrible. Forrest Whitaker's a good actor though. But nah, he's
a good actor, but in
Black Panther, he was playing like a real life Rafiki.
He was like the black, he had like a whole, like he was trying to, I don't know, maybe he was trying to do like an African accent, but it was like, bro, it was the Black Panther, like it was just like, man, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
what are you doing? But yeah, man, we went on a Timothy Chalamet about to take over though.
Timothy Chalamet
Yeah. Is that the dude that played in the what's that sci-fi movie? Dooms? Yeah, Dooms, whatever. Yeah. Is that him? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, no, he's good. He's good for sure. He's good, man. Yeah, man. Well, we went on a crazy tangent, but are we done with the flags on the play? Are we done with them?
Flags. Yeah, we're done. We go straight into notable quotables.
Let's go to notable quotables. Let's get through the chat real quick, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit the like. But Wood Harris, underrated.
Wood Harris is dope. He been dope since Remember. He was in something before. Was he in something before Remember the Titans? That's the first time I remember seeing him.
Wood Harris?
Yeah.
What black? What are you talking about? No. What are you talking about? You never seen what? You never seen what's the movie with Cameron? Paid in Full. You didn't watch Paid in Full?
But that was after Remember the Titans.
Was it after?
That was after
the Wire. He was on The Wire.
The Wire. I think that was after Remember the Titans too. Like Remember the Titans is the first thing I remember seeing him in.
When did Remember the Titans come out? When did
Remember the Titans is the first thing I remember seeing him in.
Yeah, I remember him seeing him in Remember the Titans, but I've seen him in other places, but you know, hey, it could have been
he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They came out in 2000.
Will Smith and Shark Tale.
They clowning now. Yeah, now Remember the Titans came out in 2000.
Yeah, it came out in 2000. And Paid in Full. When did Paid in Full come? I think Paid in Full might have been before that. It might have been like.
It can't have been before that because nobody gave a damn about Cameron before 2000. nobody in the West Coast gave a damn about Cameron before 2000.
Damn.
Yeah, that was 2000. That was 2002.
Oh, Paid in Full?
Yeah.
How about The Wire? The Wire had to be like.
The Wire might have been. The Wire might have been.
The Wire might have been his breakout role. It might have been his breakout role.
But in 2000, around that time, that came out. That's 2002 as well.
Hey, I don't care, bro. Hey, JR, you've been clowning this whole time, but I think Jim Carrey is a good actor. I think he's a good actor. I think he has. I think he has range because he could be funny and goofy. Like his comedy's hella wacky and stuff like that. Obviously, like in his heyday when he used to do a lot of like comedic roles, but I seen him in serious roles. And I thought he did a good job. Like I think he's a good actor. So
he's done okay in some serious.
You didn't like Truman Show?
Truman Show is good. And he had another show. What was he had another movie?
23
that
or
was
something like that.
like,
23. I don't know. I didn't
No,
watch that movie like that, but
it
there's a movie
was
called 23 where it's like a
23. I don't remember. Yeah.
Hey man, me coach, bro. Hey, bro. We me coach, man. Look, I'm just being real, man. Just being real. But hey, I gotta check out Sinners. I want to see that movie, bro. Everybody said that movie's a real good movie, so I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah,
Damn, you're just wrong stream, brother. He only got one movie outside of Creed and Black Panther. Maybe you talking about his? You mean his catalog? You mean his catalog of movies that he's been in? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, outside of those franchises, maybe. Well, he has the French. He has a movie on Amazon Prime, I think, which is it's an action movie, so it's not like a lot of heavy acting, but he did a solid job in that movie. I don't remember what it's called. But he has Fantastic Four, which was trash. His acting, I wouldn't say his acting was bad in it. The whole movie, I couldn't even focus. The movie was just terrible. The story was stupid. It was just a terrible execution of the movie.
Hey, I thought Robin Williams was a good actor too. I thought
Robin was definitely a good actor.
He had range. He could be funny, like hella funny, and then like.
Man, I think Donald Glover is a good actor too.
Donald Glover's, yeah, he's a good actor.
I think Donald Glover is a good actor.
He's a good actor.
Well, somebody said something.
Oh man, I'm telling you, bro, that was crazy. That episode that had me like, man. But I don't know. The third season, I haven't seen it, but I heard it's terrible. But I seen the first two seasons of Atlanta, and I heard it was pretty good. A pretty good show.
That's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious. That show is hilarious. It has some crazy stuff. They do some weird.
No, it's like funny. It's funny, but then they'll have like serious moments. Like they have a little bit of like, but it'll be random, like dry humor. Like remember the dude? What was the dude that kept? Was it the haircut episode? I forgot.
The rapper with the rapper? I forget his name. With the rapper, he's trying to get him to cut his hair, and then he's like trying to get him some chicken with the Zaxby's, trying to get him some chicken. Like that episode was. That was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious. That episode.
This is probably one of the best performances. Like you could argue like this. That was a great performance. Like he killed it.
Yeah, pleasure. Yeah, he killed it.
He killed it.
Literally.
Yeah, man.
Boy did
catch up.
Oh boy did hella good too. Dang, Hart Temp.
I know, man, but I've always been a movie person though, man. I've always been a movie guy, man. I love movies, but like people's attention span is getting lower and lower every day. So, not to say you are, but it's just like, just in general, like, like some people can't like sit down and watch a movie sometimes, you know. Red flag, Pharaoh. Oh man, come on, Moon. After I made you a mod, you just gonna take a shot on me like that? That's crazy. That's wild, man. When I'm playing, it's all good.
Well, you hating on what you call it?
Oh, what Donald Glover can do?
Wood Harris wasn't. There you go. Wood Harris wasn't above the rim. That was the first thing I seen of him.
Oh yeah. With Tupac, with Pac.
Yeah, and Marlon Wayans, and oh boy, what's the other guy's name?
You think Marlon Wayans is a good actor? You think Marlon Wayans is a good actor?
I wouldn't say. I'd say he's underappreciated as an actor. I wouldn't put him like up there with the people we're talking about, but he's not bad. But
his sense of humor is kind of random though.
Sense of humor is random, but he's better actor than he's given credit for. But I wouldn't say he's not on the level of the people we're talking about. But there's no movie with him in there that could change people's mind. That movie looked crazy. Have you seen the preview for that movie?
Oh man. Hey man. Hey look, man. Hey look. If this is gonna get you mad, hey man, I'm gonna say some crazy things, man. Don't walk in there with hate in your heart, man, Pharaoh. For real, man. Oh man, y'all just it's all right, man. It's all good. How about the dude that played in the Green Mile? Not Tom Hanks, but obviously, his name is. Did he die?
Michael Clark Duncan. Yeah, he died.
He died, man. R.I.P. Yeah, he ended up dying.
Michael Clark Duncan.
I think he was a good actor. Michael Clark was a good actor.
I don't remember him in anything outside of Green Mile and Daredevil. To be honest with you, that's the only 2 movies I remember, man. That's not fair. Which is kind of cold. There's only 2 movies I remember. Man.
Oh man, do you think Tom Cruise is a good actor?
Tom Cruise is a good actor, man. Tom Cruise is a hell of an actor.
Someone asked me earlier in the Jesse, this dude's a way better actor than Michael B. Jordan.
Daniel Kaluuya, talking about dude from Get Out.
Yeah, he played Fred Hampton. I thought he did a great job.
Oh yeah, he did hella good in there. I wouldn't say he's better. He's better. I think he's had an opportunity to play more serious roles. So I think playing that.
And what? So Michael B. Jordan doesn't have that opportunity. Michael B. Jordan doesn't have the opportunity. He picks the roles.
Yeah, I think he picks the roles. Yeah, but I think he wants to. I mean, you know how you get when you get to a certain level, you cultivate what you're in and what you're not in. Because
I mean, I don't know personally, but I can understand. I can understand what you're saying though. But sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's branded on brand. It's you gotta on brand or it's not on brand. But I wouldn't say better. I wouldn't say way better, but I will put him right now. I'll put him above.
No Country for Old Men. Yeah.
Just off that Fred Hampton movie alone, I would put him above Michael B.
Yeah, but that was a great movie.
Creed 1 though. Creed 1 is, man, like that's a lot of people. There are people who've like watched all the Rocky movies who said that's their favorite Rocky movie.
Bryan Cranston is great actor. He's a great actor. I don't care. That's one of my favorite shows all time. Top 3 is what's the show that Breaking Bad. Yeah, Breaking Bad. The first season, you can watch it
because the first season was so trash. I was like, I can't watch.
The first season is like somewhat slow, but like it's set. But when you put it all together, it sets everything up. It sets everything up.
It was so boring. I liked Better Call Saul better than I like Breaking Bad.
Better Call. I haven't finished. I watched like the one season of that. It wasn't bad or anything like that. But Breaking Bad was a great show, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I couldn't get into that first season. It was too boring, and I have a very low attention span. So if something doesn't like get me, or if it doesn't like intrigue me, or it's like, what's going on here? Like, you can't be like slow, like super slow building.
Well, damn. Then you probably don't like The Wire. Then The Wire is kind of like that too.
I like The Wire though, because that was like it was. But that's like that's relatable to me.
Because the second season was like people like hated the second season of The Wire because it went like hella. It went to a different part of the city, like the docks.
But it was still like it was more relatable to me than like, hey, I have cancer and I'm a chemistry teacher. I'm gonna start The Wire. It's the whole element, the crooked cops, and then like the whole drug game.
Not to cut you off, bro. First of all, Lawrence Fishburne is a good actor for sure.
Lawrence Fishburne is a great actor.
Yeah, great actor. Yeah, whatever. Hey, he got so many roles. Like you mentioned, Higher Learning. He played what's the name? Always talk about it. Frank White. He always called himself Frank White. Biggie. What's the movie called?
Bumpy Johnson.
Yeah, no. He what's the movie called with man?
He played the
No. Biggie always called himself Frank White. Damn, what's the name of the movie? It's Lawrence Fishburne played in that movie. It was a gangster movie.
He was playing. Was it Hoodlum? Nah,
it wasn't Hoodlum. Hoodlum, I like Hoodlum though, but
he was playing Bumpy Johnson in the movie though. That's who Lawrence Fishburne was playing. He was playing Frank White. He was playing Frank White. That's because Bumpy Johnson was Frank White's like OG basically. What's the name of the movie?
Fedora, I'm gonna get to your comment here, man. I agree 100%. This dude, if you want to talk about underrated, great actor, man.
It was Hoodlum.
Nah. It wasn't Hoodlum. The movie I'm talking about is not Hoodlum. It's
The one with them Denzel?
the main character is.
It's Lawrence Fishburne.
Nah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. Damn, this is come on, bro.
It's with Lawrence Fishburne in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This is.
Is it American? Is American Gangster?
Not American Gangster. American Gangster. No, American Gangster. That's what Denzel and old boy.
But Bumpy Johnson is in there too, though. Yeah, Bumpy Johnson is in there too, though.
Lawrence Fishburne. Let me see. Lawrence Fishburne. Hold on. Let me see. Discovery. I might be talking about. And the dude that's in the movie that plays the main character, the boss of the movie, he's a great actor too. White dude.
Mickey, not Mickey.
Nah, this is like an 80s. This is an 80s movie, and this is kind of before my time, but I ended up watching.
Oh, you talking about?
Like, it's like 89. It might have came like 89 or something like that, or.
Well, In Too Deep, not In Too Deep.
Nah,
Deep Cover.
Nah,
Deep Cover.
Nah. Frank White, like Frank White. Frank White, who played Frank White in a movie. Let me see. I'm gonna type this in, bro.
I can only think of Denzel playing Frank White. I remember Lawrence Fishburne played Bumpy Johnson.
King of New York. King of New York.
Okay.
King of New York. King of New York. That's a little older movie though.
Yeah, it's older.
It's an older movie, man. But it came out 1990. My bad. Not 89, but 1990. But Fedoro, man, hey, shout out to you, bro. This is comment like this dude right here is underrated. He played the bad guy in Breaking Bad. You can make an argument that he was the best actor on the show. And then he played the bad guy on The Boys. The Boys. There's a show called The Boys where like the superheroes or whatever.
I like that show.
Yeah, but it'd be random shit in there too. Like, I'd be like,
it'd be some
it'd be like, golly, like I had to like just turn it off.
Like,
like, why do we gotta do this here, man?
Fast forward it. Come on, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes. I think he's an underrated great actor to me. Yeah. I think he's a great actor. I think he every time I see him play a role, I'm like, damn, bro. Yeah,
he's been in it for a minute.
Yep. That's true. Just
like,
he had time to like.
School Days, was that the first movies I saw him in? School Days, I think.
Yeah, man. Facts, bro. Yeah, no, without a doubt. Bassett is up there. Man, y'all, hey, man, in chat, they be knowing their stuff, man. The Majestic. Majestic. Did I see that? I don't know if I'm not sure. It's been, but Truman Show for sure. And Turning Sunshine Spotted. Like, yeah, some people, you don't think Jim Carrey's a good actor? You don't think Jim Carrey's a good actor?
He's all right. He's all right.
Bro, now see that's hating. Hey, everybody watching that is hating. Come on, that's hating, bro.
Because I've also seen them put up some like trash ass performances too. So,
I mean, like he's to be honest with you, like he's the way he came in the game was on some comedy stuff. Like he came in there on a comedic level. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. Like, damn, like how he was able to transition from that to a serious movie. Like it's like it shows your versatility. Like, oh, okay, I could play serious. I could be goofy. I could do this. You know, like for example, Denzel. He's used to playing the people's champ. He's always used to playing. So that when he played Training Day. Yeah. Like he played the bad guy, but that's hella funny though. He played the bad guy, but everybody loved the bad guy in the movie.
Everybody loved the bad guy in the movie because he was a G.
Because Denzel, man, that's Denzel, bro. Yeah, man, the chat's going right. Michael J. White is a great actor with terrible writing.
I don't want to say he's a great actor, but I do enjoy Michael J. White movies, but you know.
He's more of a like action guy.
Yeah.
Action guy. Michael B. Jordan gonna say it's not your fault too, Pharaoh. Steve, funny, bro. I don't know if I ever get Fantastic Four right. Oh, if they ever get it, I don't know, man. Marvel at least has a track record of doing like this Marvel Disney like this Marvel, I feel like they have a track record of at least doing good with like good characters. when it comes to Marvel. So I feel like the
But
next,
their recent movies been kind of weak though.
I like the Thunderbolts that came
You like
out recently.
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, it was cool. I thought it was cool.
I haven't seen it.
But the other ones, there were some other ones that they forced, and you know why they forced it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You know why they forced it, because they try to make a quick buck to you know. But that's a whole different conversation. We'll save that for another time, man. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Y'all all talking movies. We gonna keep it pushing. Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, I like Woody Harrelson is good. That's another dude that came in.
You know, it's funny when someone said Woody Harris, I was thinking Woody Harrelson for a second. I was thinking, I don't know why.
Woody Harris.
Because it's because the Woody part is the wood.
For some reason, I used to always get Wood Harris and Bokeem Woodbine like mixed up, and they don't look nothing alike. But for some reason, I would always in my mind, I would get them confused. But I just think of Bokeem Woodbine. He got the gap. That's like what like distinguishes it in my head.
Michael C. Duncan. Hold on.
That's Michael Clark Duncan. Michael Clark Duncan is Green Mile.
Oh, okay. Oh. No. You know what I was thinking about voice acting. I'm thinking the guy that played Goliath. I feel like he has a different career though. But like the dude that you know Goliath on this back in the day.
Gargoyles.
On Gargoyles. He was on. Hey, shit, you know what I mean. I had to take it all the way back. You know what I mean. But but he played on and Dead Presidents. He was in Dead Presidents. Yeah. He was in other movies too. Yeah. But his voice, it's classic, crazy. Bro. Crazy. It's classic.
Old boy from Living Single, Kyle Barker.
Damn, bro. Y'all killing me right now today, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. Damn. Let's see. Y'all seen the Sopranos classic? That's classic. That's classic.
Oh, Tony Zan got it. Tony Zan got it. King of New York. See, I thought it was Hoodlum too, y'all, because that was Bumpy Johnson. But
yeah, King of New York, man. Because man, Biggie always talking about. He called himself Frank White. He always called himself Frank White. I mean, that's a movie that he was talking. I think it's based off a true story too.
Yeah, Frank White. Yeah, Frank White. Yeah, Frank White. That's what American Gangster is based off. Mm-hmm. No, that's Frank.
No. That's Frank someone
Lucas.
Else.
Frank Lucas.
That's
Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucas. Yep, Frank Lucas. Yeah, Tony, you got it. Man. Hey, man, the chat be knowing, bro. The chat, Bill Bailey, man. Hey, man. Man, y'all know, bro. I ain't got the chat. I think we got one of the best chats. Christopher Walken is a good actor too.
Walken is hella good. He's hella good. He got that crazy voice.
Yeah, he's just a different. He's hella different. You'd be like, damn, but you believe his character, whatever character he plays.
Fact.
You believe his whatever character he plays. That's who he is. Forrest Whitaker is underrated. He played Eddie Admin in The Last King of Scotland.
All right. Idi Amin.
All right. Money Chuck, bro. And Severe, bro, y'all I've never seen Last King of Scotland because I heard it was King of Scotland? I heard it was crazy.
It is crazy, bro.
So when movies like that, I have to have a mindset of all right, I'm about to watch some just depression stuff.
Keith David.
I never seen I haven't seen Rwanda, Hotel Rwanda. I've never seen that.
I've never seen that movie either.
Because those types of movies, I have to go in there damn, this is gonna be depressing. The whole movie, I'm just gonna be like, damn, this is disgusting. The Last
King of Scotland, I don't want to say it's depressing. It gets you get hella uncomfortable with certain parts. You be like, yeah, it's mad uncomfortable, bro. It's just I don't know if I want to keep watching this.
Yeah, man. You talking about I think he's talking about the old boy.
Keith David. He did voice. Oh, you talking about or Forrest or Giancarlo?
Yeah, we talking about the dude that played in
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
He played hell of it. Yeah, he's the best. He plays
Hold on, Do the Right Thing. Was he on Do the Right Thing? I think he was on Do the Right Thing.
He wasn't Do the Right Thing. That's why I said School Days. I said School Days. It might have been Do the Right. He might have been in both.
Damn, School Days, and Do the Right Thing. Damn.
Oh, Do the Right Thing. Okay, yeah.
Damn, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
Damn, he's a great
He
actor,
just looks.
man.
He looks older now, though. He looks like way more. He's way more, and his voice, like, is he got that.
Nah, he needs to get
voice.
a bigger role, man. He needs to find like a big. I don't know, man. I think he's a great actor. Like if they give him like a movie,
Oh
I think
man, that movie was weird though. All Eyes on G. Have you seen the movie Fresh?
Oh, it's
He was
kind of
in there
older.
too.
It was
He
an
was a
older
drug
movie.
dealer in there. Yeah, he was smashing the little kid's sister.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like
That
I'll
movie
be
was
honest with
kinda
you.
awkward.
I seen that like on Netflix. I think I might have seen that on Netflix like real quick. Like that was
Yeah.
like a while back. Bruce Willis.
I like Bruce. Man, I like Bruce Willis. I wouldn't say he's a great actor, but
He's good.
He makes
He's a good
some of the
actor.
better. He makes very entertaining movies.
Like he's like the action guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think that has he ever played anybody outside of being that action guy? It's always been like that kind of the same.
I think that's kind of been it. But he makes some good movies.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis is dope.
Yep.
Dope. Yep. There Will Be Blood. I think he played Lincoln too.
40-year-old virgin actor.
Steve Carell. Steve Carell. He played.
I've only seen him. I only seen him in like comedies though.
Nah, he played in that Wall Street movie. I forgot what it's called. He was good in that too. It was a serious movie. He was good in that. He played in another movie too that was serious. I can't remember.
Hey, Adam Sandler, bro. He's a good actor. I think Adam Sandler, like he's had moments where but Uncut Gem was good. It was good.
Uncut Gem and the movie, the basketball movie. That's what kind of sold me on Adam Sandler. I can see, all right, I give Adam Sandler a pass.
I think he's a good actor. Because once you show me your range, once you could show me like you could play someone outside of comedy, like
dude says, Adam Sandler is a good actor, but Michael B. Jordan not. You never live in this town, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm be honest with you, man. Like okay. So what movie was better than Uncut Gems? Like Uncut Gems, or what from Michael B. Jordan's catalog.
I think
outside of Sinners, because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, but you're basing it because a lot of what I'm talking about is pre Sinners, so I haven't seen what he did.
I would say Sinners. I would say the first Creed movie.
Damn. I don't know, man.
The first Creed movie is excellent, bro.
The
first Creed movie. That might be my favorite Rocky movie. They're my favorite ones, but that might be my favorite Rocky movie.
Man. No, but I like. You know, it's funny though. I like the Creed movies, but like I didn't. You know what I mean? I never looked at it as like, oh damn, like this is
Rocky in the Rocky verse.
It's great acting because Rocky movies are hella like
those are cheesy.
They're hella predictable. Like you could tell, like okay, they they're gonna take you into like whatever he's going on outside of the ring, and then they're gonna go to the ring. It's a little struggle. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? It's okay. I see what they're trying to do here. Once you kind of figure out, like it's like all right, cool. But even like some of these movies that you see, like man, I could talk movies all day, man. We went on a crazy tangent.
I know.
Joe Pesci. Now we talked about him. Shout out to my guy, man.
Matthew McConaughey. That's my dude. He's a good actor too.
Mel Gibson is an underrated actor and director. Mel Gibson. Yep. You got to throw his name in there a little bit. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, well, he can't be out here grabbing up women. He's like grabbing up women. He can't be out here.
John Travolta?
John Travolta. John Travolta. He kind of fell off. He fell off.
But not even about fell off. But I'm just like overall. I mean, he had a long career, so there's not like you don't think he's a good.
He has some great moments. He has some great moments.
Man, that was a good movie, man. I ain't gonna lie, like he did a good job. And I like the movie that you talked about, like where he plays a scout.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Yeah, the basketball movie.
Bro, that whole situation was the Lakers. That was the Lakers. They said it was the Sixers, but that was literally the Lakers. Like the brother that took over after the owner died was Jim Buss or not? Yeah, was Jerry Buss. And then
Jerry Buss was the dad, and Jim Buss was the son.
And then the daughter that end up taking. Well, I don't even want to ruin it for everybody else, but you know, just know, bro. It's literally the Lakers' whole situation. All right, we're gonna move it along. Are we wrapped up with flags on the play?
Yeah, we're wrapped up.
All right, man. Let's take it to notable quotables. If you want to give the intro to the first quote.
Yes, sir. So, man, I don't remember what quotes I sent you. Let me see. You got wrapped up in these movies. Wrapped up in your hate for Michael B. Jordan.
Man, Keanu Reeves. Hey, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves plays the same person in every movie. Keanu Reeves is the same person in every movie. I dare you to say he's the same person in every. Constantine, he's just Keanu Reeves as Constantine. In Point Break, he's Keanu Reeves as an undercover server. And in all of the John Wick movies, well, I love those movies, he's just playing Keanu Reeves. He's the same person. In Bill and Ted: Excellent Adventure, he's just playing Keanu effing Reeves. He's the same person in every movie.
How about Val Kilmer?
I liked Val Kilmer. He was trash as Batman though, but I liked Val Kilmer in some of his other movies.
I didn't hate him on. I didn't hate him as Batman. I think the worst Batman was probably maybe because of the movie. Maybe the movie was terrible. Yeah.
Val Kilmer was bad too though.
But Val Kilmer as an actor was pretty good, bro. I think his best performance was that movie back in the day where it was like a Western. He killed that role.
Yeah. Dang. Not Untouched.
That movie, like the way he killed that role. Hardball.
Oh, Hardball. I'll give him that. That was the only movie he didn't play. He didn't play Keanu Reeves. He played a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with Keanu Reeves. He kind of plays the same. Like he's just hella.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he knows.
Tombstone,
like
there you go.
Tombstone.
Unforgivable.
Val Kilmer in Tombstone, he killed it, bro. Then, like I've never seen, Michael B. Jordan, because do that type of role. But then Sinners might have been that role because the way you talk about Sinners, the way you told me, it was like, damn, he's
playing twins, bro. It's crazy. That movie is sick, bro. That'll change it. That'll change your mind. Everybody killed you, man. Everybody killed that young kid, Miles.
Tony, I already where he said Jonathan Majors for sure, but
Jonathan Majors is sick. Yeah, they trying to railroad Jonathan Majors, but yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors is a good actor. Ben Affleck as Batman was trash too.
So man, but hey, some people love it. Some people love it.
I didn't hate it though.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
I think you hate the movie. I think you hate the movies like overall. That's what you hate.
I don't think his performance was that. I don't think his performance was that bad.
Yeah, bro.
I'll be a Huckleberry. That was it.
Nah, but let's go to the first not flag on play, but the first notable quotable.
First notable quotable. So we spent a lot of time before we started getting into movies talking about.
Man, we went on a crazy tangent, man. Hey, this is the 50-50 show, man. We go back and forth, man. We don't let anything go, but it is what it is. But we'll try to get through this real quick, and then man, we've been at this for a minute, but we had good conversation though. We appreciate everybody coming through. The chat was going crazy. It's really because the chat was going wild too.
Y'all.
Once you get me started on movies, like when you get started on movies, man, we gonna have a great conversation for sure. Especially during the off season. Come on, man, it's the off season, man.
Exactly.
Let's keep it real, man.
I'm a force Pharaoh to watch Tenet, man. like when they get you in like those chairs and they tape your eyes open and you gotta watch it.
Man.
Man, but let's get back to notable quotes. So Derek Carr, we talk a lot about Derek Carr. After his retirement announcement, Mike Florio, known Raider hater, and Chris Sims, they talked a little about Derek Carr, and they talked about what they thought was his most impressive season.
Oh, okay. And you sent that already?
It's on Twitter, yeah.
All right, let me pull up this clip here.
To Carr's credit, and this still bothers me, not that I'm defending John Gruden for the emails that he sent and for the outcome that came his way.
Yeah.
But they knew about the emails in June. They could have fired him in June, and they would have had time to hire a coach. Somebody deliberately pushed him out 5-6 games into a season, undermining the integrity of the entire NFL season. You take a team that's formed, that's played games,
right,
and you rip out the head coach, and Rich Bisaccia becomes the interim coach. To get as far as they did that year.
Yeah, it was impressive.
They could have beaten the Bengals, who went to the Super Bowl that year.
Right.
That was the game with the screwy, out-of-bounds, phantom whistle stuff.
Right.
They could have won the game. They were driving to tie the game.
They were at the what? They threw a completion down to the 2 or 3 yard line late in the football game. I mean, that's how close they were.
To Carr's credit, and this still bothers me, not that I'm defending John Gruden for the emails that he sent.
My bad, this shit was tripping.
It's a repeat, yeah.
They
were just talking about how they felt that was, just Carr's greatest season, just all the turmoil and how he had to lead the team through the turmoil. So they felt that was like his best season as a Raider. So I know it's usually a debate. It's usually only between the 2016 season and that season, or the only 2 seasons.
Yeah. You know what? Like, now that I think about it, I gotta give him credit though.
Yeah.
I gotta give credit. Like, he does play the quarterback position, and that, like, the head coach gets fired. Henry Ruggs.
The Henry Ruggs situation, man.
Damon Arnett. You know what I mean? That was a strong locker room, like, for them to, like, just focus, and he was the quarterback of that team. He was a big leader on our team. So, like, yeah, you got to give him a lot of credit. But I think down the stretch, if you're talking about from a football on the field, I thought, like, he played big in the fourth quarter, like, in the big moments. You know what I mean? Like, I remember that Colts game. That was one of my favorite games of the season. That and the Steelers game. I just remember, like, and I just remember the excitement. I was like, oh, like, because Henry Ruggs had that big, long touchdown against the Steelers, and that just.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Oh, at the end of the game. And that was a great throw, man, it was just clean. And then obviously the Colts game, if you remember, Carr sidesteps a Pro Bowl rusher or a linebacker, I think, who was blitzing. They had a linebacker that's real good at the time.
Oh boy, damn, what's my man's name?
Pro Bowl linebacker. He blitzing too, and he sidesteps him, steps up, and then throws a ball to Hunter Renfrow.
He changed his name, Leonard. Darius Leonard.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, but it was a Pro Bowl linebacker. But anyways, it was a big play and a big moment. Got to give him credit there, but offensively, like, down the stretch, it was like, Josh Jacobs kind of carrying the offense a little bit, running the football, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, that's a you can make an argument. 2016 statistically, like from a touchdowns perspective, was better. A lot of big plays too. You know what I mean? But think about who they had on offense. The receivers, it was Crabtree, Amari Cooper,
Seth Roberts. Seth Roberts, Seth Roberts.
Seth Roberts, all right, man.
He was cool as a slot receiver. He was,
It was like he was cool at moments, but then he used to drop so many passes like that I just was like, at this point, like, we should cut him. Like, this is like, and guess what? What did he do after the Raiders? He didn't do nothing. His best probably like point in his career was with the Raiders. So
yeah,
it is what it is, man. Let's move it on to the next notable quotable.
The next one, obviously Max Crosby, he has his podcast, the Rush Podcast, and he had on Malcolm Kuntz. And I know a lot of people think about Malcolm Kuntz as like kind of a one-dimensional rusher. He's more of a speed guy. So they were asking Malcolm Kuntz about like what's his favorite like move. And he had a very interesting answer. And then Max said something very interesting about how Malcolm Kuntz plays the game that most people wouldn't think.
Before we even get to that clip, the Raiders, I'm going to put this up here, man. I feel like this is a good conversation to have. He says, the Raider, in a weird way, if all those crazy things don't happen, I don't think we make the playoffs. The team was locked in and we had a lot of breaks. I'll say this. John Gruden teams, for some reason, if you look at his history, like they used to lose a lot of games down the stretch. And the teams that went to the playoffs, they end up winning a lot of games early, so sometimes they'll be able to survive and make it to the playoffs by the time they make it. Especially if you just look at when the second, John Gruden 2.0. Like, what was the issues down the stretch? We would lose a lot of games in September, or not in September, like in November, December. And when Bisaccia became head coach, what was the biggest thing that he did that helped the team? He listened to the locker room. Yeah. And one of the things the locker room, one of the things that he listened to was the fact that, to give some of the veterans a little bit of day off, to ease up on practices, and it helped them down the stretch. It helped them down the stretch. So that's, I kind of could see where you're going, but then Henry Ruggs, man,
just having Henry Ruggs is gonna make a huge impact.
Yeah.
Imagine like we all know what Josh was able to do down the stretch of that year. Imagine what he would have been able to do with Henry Ruggs on the field.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, facts. Oh man, am I seeing Cash Lord Raider, Derek Carr's nemesis, number one? You and Josh DeBoe for sure, are up there, on Derek Carr's list of enemies. Now, but my guy Cash Lord, man, it's been a minute, man. Appreciate you coming through. He says Derek Carr phone record will always stay on us. The Shield will never forget. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm assuming that he's probably gonna sign a 1-day contract with us or something like that, retire or something like that.
I would assume so.
But yeah, let's get to the next notable quotable real quick. Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz. Let me get 1 second. If you haven't already, make sure to click in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Here we go. Let's see.
Long arm or double swipe?
I would say double swipe because it's cleaner.
Yeah.
But the long arm, it always never fails. So it's always there for you. If it's a bad rush, you just stick that long arm in, just run your legs, and you can get some type of pressure. So I'd probably say it was long arm.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. That just shows. I feel like a lot of people, if you read Twitter, shit like that, you look at a guy from the MAC. I had the same type of thing. He's just a speed rusher, finesse rusher. But I think people need to hear this and understand Malcolm's one of the strongest individuals I know and will fucking throw people off their feet. And hearing the long arm it's true, and it's not an easy move. Long arm, that's not my go-to at all. I struggle to do the long arm. You got to be a different level of strong with that shit. Long arm.
That's crazy, man. I'm really excited to see Malcolm Kuntz this year, to see if he could bounce back, obviously from ACL injury that he had last year, especially in a big contract year from 1 year, $12 million deal. The Raiders end up signing him, so hopefully he can figure it out. Hopefully the Raiders can bring him back, but if they bring him back, they're gonna have to break the bank for sure. That means he balled out. That being said, it's kind of interesting that Max at the end was able to say admit and I appreciate the honesty too. He was like, man, I struggle with the long arm. And when you think of Max, what he does, you could see him doing the two hands, and obviously the spin move. His signature is that crazy spin move. And when you think of long arm too, he said Kuntz does that, and that's kind of man, then I think about it wow, I never thought about that, how strong he is, because when you think about Kuntz, you think about his bend, and probably
his get off,
his get off, yep. And then when you think of long arm, the first name that come to mind when I think of long arm, I think of as a Raider is Khalil. That was Khalil. That's Khalil Max. That's his specialty right there. He was a monster. But what was your take when you heard the clip?
Yeah, just you don't realize just talking about he's one of the strongest individuals he knows, and they're how strong you have to be to do the long arm. And Max was Max was look, I don't even really got it in my arsenal like that, just because of the type of strength it requires of you. So right. I'm hoping that Kuntz is back, he's full strength, and that he can kind of pick up where he left off. that final season before he got hurt.
Yeah, man. So we'll see what he does this year, man. It's gonna be big. I'm trying to think like if, and this is just a random scenario, and I hope it doesn't happen. I hope that Kuntz steps up. But you know what they say about that ACL. It does take like some time to recover, unless your name is Adrian Peterson and you run for 2,000 yards after having an ACL the previous season. But if he's not like the same guy or the guy that we expect him to be, because he's recovering still, who do you see to step up? Who's the first guy to come to mind that can step up?
On the edge?
On the edge.
Man, I don't know.
Second year in a row, they're going to have to hopefully do the committee thing.
I think it's going to be the second year in a row we're going to have to do the committee thing. I think we'll be a little bit better equipped this year if Christian Wilkins stays healthy. Him and Adam Butler, I think they form a formidable tandem in the middle of the defensive line. So I think it'll, they'll be able to push the pocket and they'll make things a little bit easier for whoever we have on the edge, whether that be, obviously Max on one side. It will likely be Charles Snowden on the other side, either Charles Snowden or Jai Joyner. So I think, you would hope it'd be Tyree, but I just haven't seen it, man. So I got to see something out of Tyree before I start just giving him credit.
Yeah, you hope it's Tyree, and I think that was always like the previous regime's plan. Like Tyree was going to be the guy to be the guy opposite of, and Kuntz was going to be the guy let go because Tyree was going to take he was going to take Chandler Jones' spot. And the thing is, Kuntz by chance got an opportunity, because that's the crazy thing. We all knew that Kuntz had talent, but it's crazy. He would have went somewhere else and balled out or played well.
Yeah.
Because and never even get an opportunity until obviously the Chandler Jones situation happened. Tyree, his growing pains happened, and then obviously they gave Kuntz a chance, and he was able to take over after that. But man, it's crazy how that works out. But yeah, man, hey, make sure to click in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Marty says Kuntz is a wild card. Yeah, you don't know. Like it is what it is, man. That's one of those question marks that needs to be answered this year. But before going into last year, everybody had Kuntz being like the breakout guy.
Even Max.
Yep.
I want to know all you need to know about Tyree. When is the last time you heard Max say something positive about Tyree Wilson?
Go ahead, Samir, and say Tyree.
Yeah, like when is the last time you've heard Max say something positive about Tyree?
Say Tyree like Candyman.
Nah,
man,
Marty, you ain't lying, bro.
And watch Max have Tyree on the podcast. The next podcast.
Tyree not gonna do it. Tyree's not gonna do it. Yeah, but facts, Marty, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying.
Movies, I know, bro. I know. We went on a crazy tangent. Hey, but hey, no, movies, man, it's my thing, bro. It was a good conversation, though, man. It was a good conversation. It's a good conversation, and it's a conversation that will happen probably a lot during the offseason, because we're not gonna fake it. We're not gonna fake it. We're gonna talk about Raiders, but then if once that conversation is done, we are not gonna be like, so who's the fifth stringer that's gonna compete with the sixth stringer? You know what I'm like? We're not gonna do that, man. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that to y'all, man. That's just not cool. That's kind of. Can we talk about how Crosby was owned by Joe Alt?
Oh, I mean.
Damn, man. Hey, the Chargers low key, man. I like what they're building. You can see what they're trying to build over there, man. Especially
their offensive line is crazy.
They're gonna run that football, and they were able to do that at will with a guy that they end up letting go. They were like, hey, even though he balled out, but it was his injuries kind of messed up the whole situation for him.
Nah, facts, the Raider. Nate Hobbs and Max both said it.
Tyree going into Hall of Fame with Carr. Damn, that's
the Raiders like they don't even want Tyree on the basketball team. These facts, bro. They was like, hell no. Hell no.
They went, man.
I don't think Max was 100% at that point though. I don't recall though. But I don't think Max was 100% when he went against Joe Alt.
Probably not, but even that was at the time, man. Like where was Christian Wilkins playing as well? Yeah, I think Wilkins got hurt probably after 4 games.
Oh, you talking about week one? Week one, I don't think he.
No, week one, everybody was healthy. Week one, everybody.
Yeah, week one, everybody's healthy. But they played him the last week, and he wasn't there. I don't want to say he owned him, but I think he did a good job.
Yeah. Well, let's move it along, man. Let's wrap it up, man. We're almost there. Man, it's a long show, man. But hey, man, we got to get to the end of the show, and the man, it's that time, man. It's what's real, what's not. This is where we say a statement. Y'all let us know if it's real or it's not. And the first what's real, what's not statement is Gino Smith will finish his Raiders tenure with more playoff wins and playoff appearances than Derek Carr. Is that real or is that not? Gino Smith will finish his Raiders tenure with more playoff wins and playoff appearances than Derek Carr, man. Let us know if it's real or it's not. Okay. Now I think this year is going to be tough getting to the playoffs. That means Gino would have to work out with the Raiders. I'm gonna say that's real. I'm gonna say that's real. I'm gonna be positive and say it's real. Because if that were to happen, that means that the Raiders would be building everything that they've been doing to build this team or add to this team is working, and then obviously they have another good offseason. And, Pete Carroll, he's a big believer about just like, hey, you got to put everything around the quarterback in order for the team to be successful. He's not going to be like, oh, let the quarterback figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to say real. And shit, man, I'm going to call it, man. I'm going to say it's real. What's your take on it?
I'm going to say it's the appearances that's getting me. I think he'll get at least one playoff win, which is more than Carr has. It's the appearances because especially like if you count the 2016 one, then Derek Carr technically has 2 appearanres.
For me, it's the playoff wins. The playoff wins.
Playoff wins. I think he'll get one. I think he'll get there, and I think he'll get one. So I think just having Pete there, having Chip there, I think he'll get one. But the appearances, just because I don't know. Because if you count that 2016 one, then that Carr has 2. So, I mean, he has to get 3. And it's like, how long is Pete Carroll only got about 3 years left on that contract? Well, 3 years on the contract with a 4th-year team option. So will they, pick up that team option? And if not, then does the new coach have the same faith in Geno Smith that Pete Carroll does? So that's the appearances one is what's knocking me off. But I'm gonna be positive, and I'm gonna say real. But it's the appearances that's killing me.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, another thing, too, is like...
Yeah, the Raider, we count it as an appearance because even though he wasn't... He led the team there. He didn't get to play, but, he led them there.
The thing is, too, is that, like... It depends... man, it's tough because it's like... Do the Raiders draft a quarterback next year? In the first couple rounds? And
they have.
And a guy like Pete Carroll, he's all about competition, right? And if the Raiders don't make the playoffs this year, which everything is going to be on the board, and I think we all can agree that like Gino is like the bridge quarterback. He's the bridge QB. So if they end up, I'm just saying, like next year they can draft the QB in the first round, second round, and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have him sit and develop and da da da. But we've seen Pete Carroll, like, if a guy in preseason is killing it, he's killing in the offseason, And Gino Smith, who the previous season didn't go to the playoffs, they win some games here and there, but it was still, they still fall short in the playoffs. And he sees a guy that's out there making plays, a playmaker, and then on top of the moves that they've already made. And I'm just saying, that's the only thing I'm like, you might be right. Like the appearances that might affect from that aspect. You're looking more from like, how many appearances from a team aspect are they going to be good enough to make it to the playoffs? I'm looking at it like, shit, he might have competition at QB.
True.
So, but I'm gonna say real. I'm gonna say real. I'm just gonna bet on him like basically year 2 making the playoffs, and then winning at least one playoff game, and then from there, like the rest is history, man. And what makes this make this real too as well. It's not even just we believe in Geno Smith and stuff like that. It's like, damn, like Derek Carr literally has never had a playoff win.
It's a low bar. It's a low bar.
The bar is so low. It's like, man, if he just had 1 or 2 playoff wins, then we'd be like, I don't know, Gino. We gonna see.
Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud in back-to-back years both had more playoff wins and more playoff appearances than Derek Carr had in his entire career.
Yeah. Now, this is a good what's real, what's not, man. Do we count 2016's appearance? If not, then all I've got to do is wild card and play in the division. Yeah, for sure. It's an appearance.
I count it. Even though he didn't get to play, he played. I think he led the team there. So just in fairness to Carr.
And technically, if he would have played, you can make an argument that they could have won, because they beat the Texans during the season.
Yeah,
easily, I think. Daniel Kim says real coaching staff and drafts have really pushed them forward. Okay. All right, man. The Raider, do we count? Yeah. Oh, we talked about this. Pharaoh came along. I remember. Oh damn, man. You taking it all the way back, man. Man, appreciate you coming through, man. Hey, you seen the growth, man. Appreciate it. Coach says I'm calling it. Carroll will do 7 seasons.
7 seasons.
7 seasons. Nah, you play, bro. That means he'll be he'll be 90 years old.
81. He'll be 81.
No.
He'll be 90. He'll be. By my calculations. Nah, man, that would be wild. If he does 7 seasons, bro.
91 years old. No, I'm just playing. Man, that'd be wild, man. If he does 7 seasons, and you would have to put him like up there as one of the greatest too. And if he wins with the Raiders, you got to put him up there. Because to bring the Raiders back, one of like the classic franchise, like the Raiders, bro, like to bring them back, no one cares about like. I mean, I don't care about the Seahawks, but the Raiders, come on, man. If he brings them back, man, he's still one of the greatest coaches, but like I think it's gonna bump his resume up for sure.
Facts.
I think y'all gonna be two behind KC. Y'all gonna fight Denver for sure, but I'm surprised if y'all aren't competitive. It's gonna be tough, man. I'll be honest. I think it's gonna be a tough division. It's gonna be a tough division. It's gonna be tough, bro. We gonna see. Maybe Pete Carroll he has Jim Harbaugh's number, so we sweep the Chargers. So
we'll see what's up with Bo Nix this year. I honestly don't have a lot of faith in Bo Nix. I know a lot of people liked what they saw from last year. Rather, we'll see. We'll see if it's real or not. I'd like the segment.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we've been doing this for a minute, man. So we just bear with us. Severe, if you want to give the last what's real, what's not, and make sure to clock in, man. Make sure to clock in. We're going live on both our channels. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We appreciate the support, man, and we appreciate everybody coming through and watching the live stream, watching the show every week. It is the off season. We did go on a crazy tangent about movies and stuff like that, but hey, man, y'all helped us out with that conversation and made it real fun today. So make sure to hit that like button, man. Just do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If it's your first time watching, or if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that to both channels. So we appreciate y'all, man. But go ahead, Severe, for the last what's real, what's not.
The last what's real, what's not. The 2014 quarterback class is the worst quarterback class of all time.
The 2014 quarterback class. So that is the quarterback class where Blake Bortles goes number 4.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater went like in the 20s. Who else? Johnny Manziel, I think, went early.
Johnny Manziel was in that one.
Johnny Manziel was in that draft in 2014.
No, I don't think so. Was Johnny Manziel? No, I don't think so.
You might be right.
If he was, though, that's that only bolsters the case. But
yeah, he was.
He was in that class. Okay, that's
2014 NFL draft. It just makes it even that worse. You might have. Let's see. All right. So look. Okay. So. Oh no. Oh, Blake Bortles went number 3. Ooh. Damn.
Yeah, Blake Bortles went high. He went to the Jags high.
Whew, that was bad. Who was his teammate that played for the Raiders? For
Blake Bortles?
For a few years for Blake Bortles. Who was his teammate? His teammate in college that played for the Raiders. Real quick, man. Hey, this is a little, trivia real quick.
Teammate in college that played for the Raiders.
Oh man, come on, man. You know this one too.
Is it Latavius?
Yeah, Latavius Murray.
Okay. Let's say. I was trying to remember where he went to school. He went to like some small school. I don't remember. Well, not a small school, but he didn't go to super big name program.
Yeah, Manziel went 22nd to the Browns.
To the Browns, yeah. I remember he was like, he told them to come up and get him. So I think they traded back into the first round or something like that.
Teddy Bridgewater was dropping. I remember he went 30. Yeah, he went to the Vikings 32nd. He could have been the best quarterback for that. Her injury must have it really messed him up.
That was my favorite quarterback that year. That was my favorite quarterback out of Louisville.
You wanted him coming out.
Yeah, I like Teddy Bridgewater. I was hoping we can get him in the second round, but obviously, that didn't happen.
And Derek Carr was probably, you could argue he's probably the best quarterback out that draft.
That class, he for sure was the best quarterback. There's only one other place you can even make the argument for.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Ah, never mind. What year did in the No, that was a Connor Cook. That was Connor Cook draft.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Dak Prescott. Yeah, that was like probably.
That was like 2 years later.
That was probably 2015, 2016.
2015. It's 2015 draft.
Yeah, no, Carr was definitely the best quarterback of that draft.
He's definitely the best class. There's only one other guy you can argue.
But yeah,
it was.
But that was pretty bad though. That's a pretty bad draft. I think
that's crazy chill, right? That is true though, man. That's disgusting.
I think Gino's our QB for the okay, we talking about the Gino, man. Yeah, appreciate everybody. We got Rob, Jane Daniels. Jane had 2 playoff more. Let's see. I know, right? Let's see. If 7 seasons, that means we got he's different. He's come from the same my guy. AJ Simpson says real. Okay. Someone says Hampton over Genty. I don't know about that.
I mean, I can see it. I can see it. I mean, they were close. Like I said, all those guys were close to me.
Hey man, next time West Coast hip hop. Hey, we might have to do it, man. We might have to do it for sure. Kenny Pickett class. Ooh. Kenny Pickett class.
Oh yeah, that was rough. Yeah, that was rough. I think he was the only one that went in the first round.
Was that with the Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones went early that draft, and then Justin Fields.
No,
Daniel Jones. Never mind. Nah.
Kenny Pickett's the only one that went in the first round that year.
Damn, that was bad.
Yeah.
2007 was the worst. Yeah, Jamarcus and what's his name from Notre Dame?
Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn was ass. Who came out? Who came out after that? Who came out that draft? 2007 draft.
Drew Stanton, Troy Smith. That's all I can remember. Jamarcus, Brady Quinn, Drew Stanton, Troy Smith.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's not real because there is some bad.
It's not real. It's not real. They somebody pointed out the year before it was even worse than 2013 is even worse than 2014. 2014.
Who came out 2013?
It has Gino Smith, but it's like Matt Barkley. Matt Barkley's in that class. EJ Manuel, Mike Glennon, we drafted Tyler Wilson. Hey, oh my God, that's so freaking disgusting.
Oh yeah, Tyler Wilson. He got cut.
Wilson got cut.
He got cut as a fourth rounder. He got cut. That's bad. And that's not the first time the Raiders cut like a early draft pick. I think there was a third round pick in the past that we cut.
It's Quentin Moses.
Oh, was it Quentin Moses? That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I was mad because I love Quentin Moses because the year before he was projected as a top 10 pick. Then he went back to school.
Damn, But you know what's so crazy about that 2007 draft? Raiders said 12, but you know how much Hall of Famers in that draft? Like at other positions, Calvin Johnson went number 2. Joe Thomas, Hall of Fame left tackle. You got Adrian Peterson, Hall of Fame. That's a Hall of Fame running back to me. And we got, let's see, Patrick Willis, Hall of Fame linebacker. Marshawn Lynch, possibly, maybe Hall of Fame running back. All time, he's a great running back. Darrelle Revis, number 14, future Hall of Fame cornerback.
Yeah, that's the Marcus Russell draft, right?
Yeah, this draft was crazy, bro.
It was loaded. Yeah, it was loaded. I mean, we were never going to get We were never going to get Marshawn or none of those other backs.
And the thing is too, there was a lot of good players. Like the players that are not Hall of Famers. There's some. Leon Hall was a good player. Joe Staley was a good tackle for all them years for the 49ers. Greg Olsen was a good tight end. You know, he went from the Bears to
we got Zach Miller though. Early in their career, Zach Miller looked like the better player.
We did get Zach in a second.
We got Zach in a second, yeah.
And we got Zach in a second.
Early on, Zach looked like the better player, and then like late in Greg Olsen's career with Chicago, and then especially when he went to the Panthers, that's when Greg Olsen turned up, and Zach fell off an effing cliff. Like fell off a cliff, terrible.
There you go, man. My guy, man, Murray. Yep, you caught it. Genty equals LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't see it.
I don't see that.
I don't see it, bro. I don't.
I see Maurice Jones.
LaDainian Tomlinson was just so smooth and just. I think when people say LaDainian Tomlinson, they're trying to talk about his balance. I think that's like because when people compare, sometimes they'll pick one feature and be like, "Oh, he plays like him," but it's like, but with like LaDainian Tomlinson, because LaDainian Tomlinson, we looked up his combine numbers. Like he's fast. He was faster.
He's way faster. He's bigger.
He's faster. Yeah.
It'd be like I don't know because it's so different with football and basketball. Like it's hard to compare, especially like running backs.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. It was like he's kind of like Steph Curry, but not a shot though. Like just his handles. Like what? Like what? I mean, like if you don't know Steph Curry for his handling over a shot.
Yeah.
So that's one of those situations where it's.
Sacktown Raider Mike, man, says, are you guys going to Bakersfield this Saturday, man? Initially, man, I really wanted to go, but my guy Severe is going to be up there. I wanted to go, but man, I'm in the process of moving and stuff like that, so I'm gonna have a lot going on. But I wish I could make it out there, man. I know a lot of Raider Nation is gonna be pulling up, so make sure to check out Severe. 805 Raider is gonna be in the building as well. You said Leo. Man, it's gonna be a whole bunch of people. Definitely check it out. It's gonna be, if you want to give them like more info, it's gonna be on Saturday, correct?
Yeah, Saturday the 17th. They moved the venue. It's no longer at Sam Lynn Stadium. It's at some indoor facility. And the guy was just telling us today too. Just check out Raiders Crusaders on IG, and he has all the info there, as well as a flyer. And if you want to get want to get tickets, it's on eventbrite.com/ summer kickoff, and you'll be able to get tickets there. But yeah, just hit up his social media. Raiders Crusaders. They're more active. They're more active on IG. They do have he said they do have a Facebook too though.
Just Win Baby says Ashton is more built like Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, I think that's his comparison is Emmett. To be honest with you, not overly fast, not overly big. Iron Lily, there you go. Raiders Allegiance, Iron Lily.
Iron Lily, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashton Jesse, Bucky Irvin, or Kenneth Walker, or Josh Jacobs. That's what
I think Emmett is a good. I mean, if you can
because there is a level of like smoothness when he runs. It's not like hella like he's not like hella fast. Like he's not like 4.4, 4.3 fast. Like we talked about this before. Like I think 4.5 at best. Like that's his speed, but he do got a level of like smoothness about him, and we all know like it's hard to tackle him. But man, but a lot of people, man, like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not. It's not just man. Like almost everybody is like, man, Ashton Jeanty is the guy. Like everybody on every level, from coaches to players to like they all see it. They all see it with Ashton Jeanty. So, man, I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like in the NFL level. And shit, hey, this year he's gonna get the ball a lot. He's gonna get the ball a lot. Chip Kelly's gonna find every way to give him the ball. So
100%.
Yeah, man, we'll see. And Daniel Kim, he posted the links for the Eventbrite, so y'all can check that out. If you want to show up, man, make sure to support my guys, Severe, and all the guys that's pulling up. It's going to be a great time, so make sure to pull up if you guys are in the area or want to, hey, have a great weekend, man. So definitely check them out. Subi Omicron said Emmett never had home run speed like Jeanty, but I've seen him get caught from behind. His run gaps were huge, though.
Not fact.
You know what though? Like I want to see what Jeanty looks like running in the NFL, because man, the NFL is fast, bro. Yeah, everybody's fast. Everybody's fast. Alvin Kamara, ooh, I like that one. That one, like that might be.
Alvin Kamara, yeah. I think he's better breaking tackles than Kamara, but I think Kamara's a better pass catcher than Jeanty. But Jeanty's underrated as a pass catcher. Like he didn't do it a lot last year. But the year before, he did it a lot, and he can do it well.
Yeah, we'll see, man. And the line, a lot of people calling the offensive line, Raiders offensive line, underrated and this, that, and the third. So we'll see. I'm not sure if the guys that we drafted in the third round are ready to contribute year one. We kind of like got lucky with Glaze last year, where he was able to step up. He still had some growing pains, but hopefully he can take the next step at right tackle. And then you got to think about like Alex Kappa, like what's that situation, because they're circling him as a starter.
Yeah, hopefully he returns to form. I mean, I don't think Charles Grant, who's a guy I liked, I don't think he's going to be ready year one. I think Caleb Rogers may be ready to compete year one though.
Jeanty's one of the quickest running backs I've seen. His cuts are amazing, like Barry Sanders.
I want to say about that, man. People be throwing, man. People don't remember Barry, bro. That's what it is. People don't remember
Barry. Barry was like embarrassing you. Like he would embarrass you. Like when he used to make his cuts, like Jeanty, I just felt like he broke a lot of tackles.
Broke hella tackles.
He broke tackles.
He wasn't making people miss.
He wasn't like. Oh, like who reminded me of Barry, and he wasn't even Barry. Like he wasn't but Reggie. I was gonna say Reggie Bush.
Oh, Reggie. Yeah, Reggie was
and that's not even not a great comparison, because like the way Barry Sanders, like his the way he was built was different. Like it's just like the fact that like he was just shifty, reverse the field, bounce it, and just embarrass you. Like it was almost like a video game.
Yeah.
Barry was different. Facts, 100%.
Barry's different, man.
Barry just got to keep Parham out of there, man. No, hey, everybody out on Parham, man. Everybody out on him. It's all good,
it's open
man.
Competition, man. If he end up winning it, that's gonna be he win it.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, but it's been a great show. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. Hey, man, we went on a crazy tangent. This is definitely not the usual doing a show this long, but like, hey, man, we had a genuine, real show. We were enjoying the conversation, especially with y'all. If you haven't already, like I said, man, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Appreciate y'all coming through. Severe, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
As you know what it is, man, the Severe Raider here on YouTube, on IG, on Snapchat, on TikTok, on X. Rocking out, man, it's Wednesday morning at this point, but yeah, Tuesday nights, the 50-50 show. Also Thursday nights around the shield, both with my guy, PharoahNFL, as well as Tuesdays, like early evenings, late afternoons, and Sunday nights with my guy, Chris from Protect the Shield and 805 Raider over at the Raider War Room. Now holla at your boy, tap in with me. Make sure y'all hit the like, hit the sub button. Make sure if you're on my channel, you go over to Pharaoh's channel and you do the same. And if you guys are going to be in Bakersfield, hit me up on IG or something, man. I love to link with you guys, put some names to some faces. But if you guys do hit me up, you got to let me know, like, hey, you can't be like, oh, man, this is Jacob. Like, you got to say, like, I know this is your YouTube name. Don't be like, this is Tommy from, I'm from, I got to know your YouTube name. And so that way I can make that correlation. So, yeah, if y'all going to be there, man, tap in with your boy.
Yeah, definitely tap in with Severe and everybody that's involved with the event, man. It's going to be great. I wish I could go, but obviously, I have a lot going on, man. But hopefully we'll be, hopefully, man, if the Raiders, they do it to me every year, man. They get me excited. So hopefully I get to go to some of these games. We can link up and all that good stuff. We'll figure something out, especially during the off season. There's gonna be a whole lot of things to figure out when it comes to that. But that being said, like Severe said, we'll be back here at 50-50 show next Tuesday. But obviously this week around the Shield, me, Severe, and we'll have a special guest coming through. And last week we had a special guest, Mint Beats coming through, and obviously my guy from Just Win Baby Raiders podcast. So definitely check out that episode, and we're gonna be back this week with another guest. So definitely check us out around the Shield this Thursday live show. Usually used to be a pre-record, but you know what? We changed it up during the off season. So definitely check that out, man. Hey, Severe, any last thoughts before we head out? Nah, man. Just put some respect on Michael B. Jordan's name, bro. That's all. Never. No, I'm playing. Hey, I'm gonna watch that Sinners movie, but I'm gonna watch that like for real. If he kills it like the way you said he killed it, I'm gonna be like, all right, you know what? Maybe he's taking that next step, because a lot of people probably watching Sinners and being like, man, this dude tripping, man. This dude tripping, man. But hey, man, we up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Peace.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.